Hello, hello. Is this thing on? Chat's extremely lively today. Hello, Luxthos chat and everyone else that tuned in today. You guys are knocking it out. I'm honestly truly impressed. We're going to start very soon. Don't worry. I'm just getting our Twitter friends in here because, you know, they're important. With their tweets. And Twitter's gone. All right, cool. We're good to go. Stop the music! Good. Good. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lewis. I'm your host for today's Origin PC live build for Luxthos. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I had to do like a bunch of pronunciation lessons. If you guys want to laugh at me, by all means, do so. Joining me today is PJ, our veteran builder, master builder. He's there. Oh, give him the face. We've made some adjustments to the studio. I have a swing arm now for my Elgato Wave 3 microphone. PJ has an adjustable light now. It's not just stationary in one place, so if the lighting looks off, you just let us know and we can adjust it. Also joining us today is none other than Luxthos himself. We'll have him on in a little bit. I just want to go over some things really fast, and then we're off to the race. We're going to add Luxthos, and then chat, by all means, keep it coming. I know slow mode is on, but you guys are having a ball over there. So welcome to everyone across Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. So I'm seeing the chats from everywhere right now. All right, let's see what is up here. Let's get rid of that, get rid of that. Let's take a look at the specs of this thing, shall we? I'm just gonna go ahead and get some stuff ready, but here's the specs of this monstrous PC. Truly an ideal gaming rig in 2020, because guess what's in this bad boy? That's right, you guessed it, a 3080 GPU is included here. So starting from the top, this is an Origin PC Millennium case. You can't get this case anywhere else. It's only available through Origin PC. The CPU is an Intel Core i9-10850K, coming in with 10 cores. The CPU cooler is a Corsair H150i Pro XT. Very cool, it's got a little RGB lighting too. The motherboard is an ASUS ROG Strix Z490E gaming motherboard. Nice pair with that 10850K. The RAM kit is a 32GB Corsair Dominator Platinum RGB DDR4, 3200 megahertz, and it's 2.6 of 16GB each. I have that kit at home. It's pretty good. And of course, the GPU I mentioned earlier, the RTX 3080 from EVGA. I believe it's the XC3.
Yep.
Hold on, PJ on the mic. PJ, you there?
Right here.
No, he's there. His mic's on though. The OS SSD is a 480 Corsair MP510 NVMe M.2 SSD, and joining it, that says HDD. Should be another SSD. A 920GB Corsair MP510 NVMe M.2 SSD. Ignore that H. I can actually fix that myself, and I'll update it. The PS2 is a Corsair RM850 80+ gold power supply. Of course, you get that wooden crate armor, the warranty, lifetime 24/7 support, lifetime free later, and Windows 10. Shout out to my boys at Microsoft. Much love to them. I like Windows 10. I know OSs have always been coming and going, but Windows 10 pretty solid. All right. Anything else? No, PJ's is pulling up all the gear. We're going to go ahead and add Luxthos himself. Let me see here. I got the Discord ready. He's going to hear me soon because I told him to mute, and I'm muted. So, and hello, you're on.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you on. I just added your Twitter profile photo and your logo right beneath you, so people know that you're actually on. You know, I do have a couple tweaks I need to do though, such as adding the specs so everyone can see them, so I don't get asked a bunch during the stream, like, "What are the specs? What are the specs?" So,
Yeah, sure.
It'll be a fun one. I'm
a little happy you chose that picture.
All right, people are saying you're a little low. Hold on, I got it. Let me up the volume here. I know Discord.
They're used to me being really loud all the time, so.
All right, I just doubled the volume. Chat. Actually, Lux, if you want to go ahead and say something else.
1 2 1 2 test.
All right.
Is it better?
All right, you're coming real loud for me. I don't know about chat. So he just did a little 1-2-1-2 test. Chat, let me know. Higher. Insanely quiet. Sounded the same to me. Still low. All right, let's see here. Oh, I know. Hold up. Because I have the audio mixer. I think I know where you're connected to. Let me up that. Do-do-do-do. Where is it? I'm just looking around because I have all these connections. I'm loud and clear, but you're quiet. Don't worry. It's not on your end. It's on mine. Let's try that. Let's make sure all my settings are up. Let's up that. Up that. All right. I just upped everything.
Oh, with the Go XLR.
Yes. That's what we're using over here. And because again, your sound extremely loud to me. Still low. All right.
But you can raise my volume and then lower your in the mixer at the end. You can do headphones, mic monitoring, lower that, and then crank me all the way up. So you're gonna hear me lower, but they're gonna hear me at a good volume if you crank me up.
All right. So I just loaded my headphones, so you're no longer deafening me. Let me. That's odd because I have everything else maxed out. Let me check. It could be Windows too. Oh, I think it might be Windows. Yeah, Discord has shown up pretty low there.
Ooh. I'm gonna go slowly. So.
Nope, that one's up there. Let's make sure that it's up across the board. Whoa, good old Windows sound effects. Coming in loud and clear. Chat. There we go. I'm sure chat heard that one. Because I heard that one from my grandparents' house. That's how loud that one was.
Everyone's like, "Yep."
Yep.
Is it better now? Can you guys hear me better?
Chat. Yes, he's better.
Yes, he's better. Yeah. Okay. Good.
All right, perfect. I just did a couple tweaking, so
Yeah, audio. Right.
pulling the levers because everything sounded fine when we did our little audio test, but
Yeah, the output with the Go XLR, it's kind of complex a little bit sometimes. It's like,
yeah. Sounds at least you can understand. Sounds like AM radio.
ooh.
Now, if you say it sounds like AM radio, now it makes me think it's SLOBS. Let me check here really quick. Double check that. Sorry for all
Let me talk real quick so I can hear it. I'll try to.
Yeah, because I have some people saying that it sounds great, and then some people saying it does not sound great. Shout out to Jacob over on YouTube who just said he ordered an Origin PC. Thank you. I like AM radio. I hope you enjoy your PC. Isn't OBS supposed to be better than SLOBS? I like both. I like some of the features that SLOBS has, though.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I'm trying to find that comparison. OBS is like having a good CMS for like a custom build CMS for a website, and then Streamlab is like using a pre-built CMS. You're gonna get a lot of other feature you're not necessarily gonna use, which might slow it down a little bit, but you know, it makes it easy. Straight
Hold
up.
on. Let's try this. All right, Chad, I just clicked something.
Oh, is it better?
Let's see. Oh, go ahead and just say something crazy like.
So we're gonna say something crazy, insane.
Yeah, that did it. Yep, that was Discord. Discord was a problem.
Oh, was it a
Figured it
server
out.
location?
No, so it looks like Discord changed the output to because we have another mixer. It was connected directly to that mixer when it should have been
Yeah.
connected to the Go XLR.
Yeah, that
Bam!
happens often.
Yeah, I'm not. I guess that's one of the the caveats of having so many like channels and stuff is
Yeah.
sometimes you change something or something gets unplugged, then Discord goes and automatically changes it for you. And
Yeah,
you're
every
like,
time you Windows update all the channel, or it does that often also.
Yay, FM radio now. Good.
Yeah, we got an upgrade.
Good. All right, we got that out of the way. PJ's currently we hear her tinkering with audio, but PJ can get the camera closer a little bit. I want to see what's going on with that motherboard.
I'm not gonna lie, I struggle with that. So I built a PC not long ago with that the same, I think, SSD from Corsair.
Mm-hmm.
And I was struggling so much with the thermal paste behind it because it was I think I did something wrong.
Like the pre-applied thermal paste on the.
It's pre-applied,
yeah.
but I think like the way that I think I screwed in a little bit too much, and it was spilling out a little bit, so I had to remove a little bit.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just clean it off, and if you had an extra thermal paste, just apply a little.
But it's so easy to change though, so it's so easy to like cut it out and just because it's like kind of easy to cut it out and just remove a little bit of excess, and then you screw it in and then fit perfectly.
Yeah. No, I getcha. I don't know. Normally here we just use the pre-applied. It's fine, but sometimes in certain builds we do wipe it and then apply our own thermal paste too. So,
Yeah, I think it has to depend on the board, right?
yeah. I mean, the majority of the time, no. Thermal paste is pretty straightforward. I know sometimes people put a lot of pressure on that, but I'm like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
So, I see a bunch of people asking questions in chat. So sometimes I may interrupt and just take a question if I can answer it quickly. Because normally during these streams, a guest may or may not join, but you're here, so we'll be talking. You don't have to be here the entire stream, by the way. If you want to, awesome. But if you have something to do or if something comes up, just let me know. I'd be more than happy to outro you out. And then,
all right, bye, chat.
Dang, that was easy.
He's out of there.
Because I know chat usually has a ton of questions in regards to PC stuff. I'd be more than happy to answer them, though. So we'll see. If I see a good question pop up, I'll catch it. I think our mods are also on chat as well. So if you see Origin PC or one of the mods, they can also answer some of the questions too.
That board is looking really good.
Yeah, that's the Asus RG Strix. So it's got some RGB lighting already on board, which is pretty dope. PJ is currently just adding those M.2 drives. And speaking of those M.2 drives, I just upgraded my own personal PC at home with that 1920 gigabyte SSD. I love that one, the MP510. Of course, it had to get that new SSD because games are getting bigger, and with Cyberpunk
so
and
fast.
It's. I mean, thankfully it's an SD, but games are getting bigger, man.
I mean, I play World of Warcraft, so there's a lot of loading screen.
Yeah. And actually, I'm sure you saw this already with the WoW specs, but you saw that Blizzard's recommending people to go with an SSD now?
Yeah, so they added that, and then I think it created a little bit too much fuss, so they removed it, like because people were getting a little bit upset. But I mean,
they should have kept it.
I mean, it's never going to be required, but it's definitely like your group is waiting for you. Please get an SSD.
Yeah. I think of all the PC upgrades I can recommend to anyone, no matter your PC build, is an SSD. If you're for whatever reason your poor PC is still using an HDD or your OS is on your HDD, please do anything you can to put that OS on an SSD. The difference is night and day.
It's like the first thing you do on a laptop, like when you want to give it like a new life or whatever, you switch out that original hard drive to an SSD, and it's like you upgraded to a better machine, but it's just crazy.
No, it's true. I actually had an old, like I'm talking 2010 laptop. I did the whole SSD upgrade, and now that laptop's actually usable because the HDD was just so slow that by going to upgrading the OS and then also going to an SSD just made a world of difference. So I brought life into that old laptop. Do I use it now? No, but eventually I'll get to it.
Yeah, every PC user with a laptop, it's like, that's just in case I have to get away from my PC, you know?
Oh, looks like the RAM, SSDs, and CPU are all installed in the motherboard. That was like record time.
He's going way faster. I built my PC on stream and it, oh God, my back hurt. I was sweaty. It wasn't fun. I mean, it was fun, but you know.
No, I hear you. Like for me, I built my PC at home. It took me about 2 days or 2 nights, I should say. The first night was just getting all the parts in. The second night was all about cable management, just to make sure it was neat.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even do cable management on stream because that would have not been a good thing.
No, yeah. I see people asking for the specs. Don't worry, guys. I was just working on it, but I'll do that now because I know you guys were asking for it.
We had sound issues.
Yeah, those are taken care of though. We're good to go there. All right. Oh man, my specs are all over the place. Let me clear that up for you.
And so the big difference is that I was reading chat. See, he's not reading chat. You know. I love that he throws the fans on there. He's like, we're not gonna use those.
No, yeah, we're using the QL Corsair RGB fans. So this is going to be a very RGB heavy.
That's what we like.
Of course, you know RGB makes your PC a little faster, right?
Of course it does.
Kind of like the racing stripe on a car. Same thing. Same energy.
It's light speed.
All right, I think we got the specs good to go. Let me copy that. And they should be scrolling right below. Hold on. We're going to do a weird transition. I totally went in the other direction, but you guys got your specs.
Nice.
Oh, someone in chat. I freaking hate RGB. Don't say that word. I'm colorblind. I mean, I guess.
It still looks good, even if you can't see what the colors are.
I mean, you can still see the bright
flashes.
light, which is cool. Like, if you set your RGB lighting to just, like, white or just light in general.
It's okay, though. It's all snap.
Oh.
He's gonna...
I don't think that helps the conversation.
I'm super happy because I'm usually really, really picky about things. So, like, when I built my first PC, I mean, the current one that I have, right, everything in there, like, that I could get from Corsair, I got from Corsair.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'm super picky, right? So like the board had to be like, I wanted it to be a specific color. Like at the end of the day, like it doesn't matter, but like I you know, I wanted things to look good, and like all the fans are actually the QL. So like I'm super happy I'm getting those back because they were the best looking ones of all the fans I could find. Like I didn't even care spending a little bit extra. They're so good looking.
Yeah, for that aesthetic. Of course, and you're familiar with IQ software, so I'm sure you're very familiar with like how you can customize all the lights.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of that software. Actually, at home, I got my PC built to do like a matrix style setup. So when I say matrix style, because you know how the code in the matrix goes down and they're green. So I got the lights to go all straight down. It took a little bit of tinkering because some of the commands don't let you like I have the LED strips surrounding the case. Like it was tricky to get the lights to all go down, but I figured it out, and it looks really cool because it's very reminiscent of the code.
And I think you can share the profile as well, right?
Yeah, but I think it's specific to my system though, because of the way I have the LED strips lined up. Because I could share it to someone, but their LED strips might not be the same way.
Yeah. Okay, I see.
So I would love to share it, but
do you have it? Do you have the RAM as well? Like
yes. Yeah, the Dominator. So nice. It looks really cool because you see
the
like
Dominator shows,
those dropping.
That's nice.
Kronsk is asking, how much would this computer cost to get built? We can actually spec it out to the best of our ability on our website. Let me do a quick jump over here. Actually, let me get it set up so you guys can still see the live or the actual build, but also see our website. Give me a second, and we'll go ahead and spec it out. Also, PJ, we got some requests to adjust the light, if possible, to see the inside of the case when you install it. I mean, right now, there's really nothing going on there, but when you do go in there, to possibly adjust it. So
yeah, this thing is pitch black, so...
Yeah, we just got, what do you call them? Multi-mount extenders, because we have the Elgato multi-mount. So we're able to now adjust the light further, because originally the light was just stationary, can move back and forth, but now we can truly get good...
Yeah, those things are insane. I got 2 of them. I got 2. No, that's not true. I got one of the stands for my camera, and then I got 2 of the lights from the Elgato. The stands is really good though. That base is so heavy.
Yeah.
I was scared at first. I was like, is it gonna be able to hold the camera? Oh yeah, it can.
Yeah. All All right, let me.
That thing holds my desk now.
All right, let's get that camera good to go. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. I'm grabbing
I'm
everything.
super
except
happy about the look of the motherboard. It's really, really good. And that's really, really good because so it's two stick of 16, right?
Correct.
That's cool. Because that was the problem that I had with my other one is I could only get the like 4 stick of 8, so there doesn't leave room for upgrading. So.
Mm-hmm. And I know there's those bigger motherboards, especially for the higher end CPUs, but typically people don't go for those, like the Xeons and the Xes, the higher up CPUs. But those are the intense motherboards. Mainly, those are aimed more professionals and content, like editors.
Yeah, if you need more stuff in there.
Yeah, like the guys that usually go for like 100. I mean, on 100. I'd say 128, 256 gigabytes of RAM. Correcting myself, because we actually do offer that on our professional line. For people that really do need that much RAM.
Yeah.
So let me fit that to screen, and we are good. Let's go ahead and take a look at our website. Well, PJ, you guys will see the build on the bottom left hand of your screen, so you won't miss anything. Because I know that's when sometimes people ask, "Oh, I want to see the build," but there you go. So there's our website, our lovely, lovely website, and we're gonna go ahead and jump and build out a similar PC build on originpc.com. I like doing this because that way people can see how the.
It's really fun too because the website is really, really well made. So it's actually fun to go. Like I was having fun just building PC that I was, you know, like I was just having fun using the tools and everything. How everything works out. It's really, really cool.
Yeah. I know the team. It's been because this is an updated version. A couple years ago we had an older version, but I like the new updated version. It makes it easy to go through and truly customize your look.
Yeah, I really like the little preview 3D. You can like move and stuff. It's really cool.
It's got some HD. It's that crisis.
Right. Yeah, I'm a very minimalistic guy. So I was like, I don't know. I really, really like when it's just like, you know, like really, really clean, super minimalistic. So that's really, really nice.
No, I hear you. I know for me, I originally was very anti-RGB until I got the RGB fans. I'm like, fine, I'll go all out.
I mean,
RGB.
I love RGB, but like, you know, like I would never, I don't know if I would put a print on, you know. Mm-hmm. I mean, I was about to say also like, cause I mean, the game might like, you know, you might switch game, for example, or whatever, but like PC, people tend to upgrade a lot recently, so.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. We got our slowly specking it out. We're getting there. So I just added the CPU, 108050K motherboard. This is ROG Strix Z490E Gaming, 32 gigabytes of Dominator Platinum RAM from Corsair, the H150i Pro XT RGB cooler, and we're gonna just get that for the fans. We are adding those QL fans and GPU.
I've lowered myself a little bit because people were saying that I was like a little bit louder, so I'm just gonna lower myself a tiny bit.
All right.
Should be a little bit better now. Sorry for interrupting.
No, you're good. Adding that 3080. OS drive, the MP510 for 80 gigabyte, and then for storage, the 1920. There it is. Power supply, A50 RM. All right, I think that's about close to a 1-to-1, if I'm correct. So it should come out to close to 4,000. And again, people are gonna ask, how, like, why? Well, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Plain and simple. It's always gonna be cheaper to build your own PC build. That's a fact of life. I know sometimes people are like, oh, but why? But you're going to get that 24/7 lifetime support. You know the PC build is going to be professionally made. And you don't have to worry about, like, if something happens to one of the parts, you don't have to RMA with a specific vendor or anything like that. You just contact our support team and they'll take care of all of it. So there you go. Let me jump back to the build. PJ changed the camera around and we're going to get back to it.
It's not, I mean, it's pretty close to the original price. Like, even if you would order Like, I mean, it depends. If you chase for sales and stuff like that, I mean, there's like, you know, of course you could order a piece every month and wait for
You
the
could.
price to be at specific prices and all of that. But if you buy all that stuff right now and you build it on your own, it's gonna come up pretty close to that.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have there's always the risk of. Last time I built my PC, I was stressed out, and even to this day, I still have issue with my PC that I don't know how to fix.
Yeah.
And I consider myself pretty good, like, but like I'm not. I mean, I'm not a professional PC builder, but like, there's still issue to this day that I'm like, I have no idea what I've done wrong and why is this not like.
Yeah.
So I think just the, I mean, sure, you're spending a little bit extra, I guess, to have that peace of mind. It's just that's all it's about, you know.
No, it's very true. And also, I hate touting the fact that we do have those 3080s. 3080s are extremely hard to come by. It's a fact.
Everyone was like,
I'm having trouble getting one. I want one.
everybody in my stream was like, what graphic card are you getting? I was like, a 3080. They were like, good luck. I mean, I don't know. They told me.
No, it's
that.
here. We have it. It's like
Yeah.
PJ has the access to it. It's physically here. I know it's very hard to believe that they're actually really real things, but they're there.
What, the 3080 that I'm using as a box right now to tilt the camera?
Yes.
Oh,
I don't know if chat heard that. Yeah.
That's just.
It's right there. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, he's
Staring at it.
I wish I could see the way
The way I have it sit right now?
yeah,
Just
to make
stand up
people
and look.
mad.
Just stand up and look.
Oh, I don't want to do it. I don't want to give myself the pain cuz like I was saying, I want a 3080. If I saw that 3080, I'd be like, "No, that's not how you treat that."
Yeah, the desk actually has shorter legs.
So if you are interested in a complete PC build featuring a 3080, we do offer those. Because right now I know that's one way people are getting a PC with 3080 is going with a. Oh, here we go. PJ sent me a picture. I think I can actually share it with a. Oh.
It's just a box.
All right, chat. You guys are about to get really angry. I will warn you beforehand. There is nothing inside the box. But actually, no, I shouldn't have said that. Take a look. Give me a second here. There you go.
Platform, man. Platform.
Oh man. Now, if you shared that with like, say, like PCMR or one of those like PC subreddits, that would just make them so mad. So, there you go. That's a good way to use the 3080. Right?
Look, dude. Look.
RTX on? Don't worry, the GPU is not inside.
No.
Just want to make that explicitly clear.
I'm crazy. I'm not that crazy.
So, chat's going bonkers. All right, let's get that picture out of there.
Someone said that's the right place for it.
Oh
Look,
God.
Right here.
There's
It
the
reminds
card.
I got it right there.
It reminds me of those old meme about like how do you use a MacBook Air or whatever, and then people were using it to hold their mug or whatever.
Should be inside. Need more stability. I like that.
So, Dopey in chat says it should be inside, more stability. So, yeah, chat definitely, like not just Twitch chat, chats all across the board. So YouTube and everyone else is. I don't. Again, I gave the forewarning. If I just said look at the box, people would be mad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was nice about it.
So, I was saying, do any of your cases have an external available drive bay for any kind of Blu-ray drive or something? So we do have cases that support drives.
This one here in particular.
The Millennium does. So I don't know if PJ wants to point out where the bays go, because this PC does have like a front bay. Because there's been a trend in PC cases that they just completely gut the drive bays. But our Millennium does support, like, there's an entire. You can fit a bunch there.
You can actually take this piece out and put more drive.
Yeah, so if you want to put more drive bays, you can actually remove that front grill and add more if you wanted to. So that works. And actually, going over to our Millennium, or adding to the other cases. I'm sorry. Some of the Corsair cases that we offer on our website do or make it possible to add drives as well.
Yeah, those are pretty modular as well. They're pretty cool.
Yep. So don't worry, we have not forgotten about disk drive users or multimedia users.
Yeah.
We got you. Or floppy disk users, wherever you may be.
Floppy disk.
You'd be surprised. Like I think it's in the
Of course
government
it will, yeah.
sector. Yeah, government sector. Those people need floppy drives because sometimes they have files there that need to be accessed through there, and it sounds
Yeah,
crazy, but it's true.
It's because of them also that we had to support Internet Explorer 8 when I was working for a website company. Like, it's
Yep.
move on.
That just reminds me of the Captain America meme. He was like, "No, I don't think I will." That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
So, got another question. What's the company address and what time do you close?
Oh.
Both interesting questions. Well, we're open, well, our support team is pretty much 24/7. However, they're working from home. A chunk of them are. We are based in Miami, Florida. We are right next to the Tamiami Airport. So if you know where that is, if you're local, if you Google it, Tamiami Airport, you'll see that we're right across the street. And across from a Costco. I like Costco, so.
And a Wawa.
And the Wawa. So we got Costco and Wawa.
We finally got
So.
Wawa in Miami.
Origin PCCO TMI. If you Google it, you'll find it. It's on our website. So. What do we got here? Did much change when Corsair bought Origin PC? Well, we got access to more Corsair stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
So.
it got better.
That was actually one of the cool things. I was like, oh, interesting.
Yeah, like it was kind of interesting because I know people were like a little worried, but a year out, really, I mean, it's just we've gotten more access to resources, parts, and
I mean, if you look back, like maybe like from my personal like out view on things, when like maybe I don't know, like 5 to 10 years ago, when like websites were starting to show up, like pre-building PC, there was a bunch of them that started building stuff, and every time you would look at it, it was like, okay, so you like it, they never shared the brand of some of the components, like, oh, you're getting 16 gigs of RAM, but you don't know what brand it is.
Yeah.
And now it's really, really cool because you see literally like nothing's gonna get cheaped out on, especially like power supply. Because everybody's going to tell you, like, don't cheap out on your power supply. And Corsair makes probably some of the best power supplies on the market. So it's like all of those little pieces, like it adds up. But like,
no, I agree.
You just don't want to go on unnamed, unbrand stuff and maybe have that break and then the entire PC doesn't work anymore. So
No, it's true. Actually, that brings up a really good point. It's like, because we're using pretty much the majority of the parts you'll see on our site are Corsair based.
yeah, they almost cover everything. If it's not like GPU, CPU, board, you can get everything at Corsair, right?
That's correct. So the fans, CPU, everything you said it yourself. CPU, motherboard, GPU are pretty much non-Corsair based, but everything else can be Corsair based.
That's what I've been doing, and I've never had an issue. I literally get like, you choose AMD or Intel, you choose whatever brand of board and whatever brand of GPU, and then you just buy Corsair for everything else, and you're good to go.
Ooh, got a quick question about power supply. How long would you guys go before replacing yours? Honestly, power supply is gonna last a really, really long time. As long as you're not really like pushing the power supply at all times, you should be fine. I know people have had their power supplies for like over 10 years, with no issues. But again, it's just degradation, like any product, degrades over time. And depends how you treat it too. Do you clean your power supply? Well, I'd say clean, like make sure there's no dust going into the power supply. Like do you do extensive overclocking? Do you really, really push the wattage of that power supply? If the answers are no, it can last a pretty long time. Although I will say I think people are probably interested in replacing their power supplies because of the new GPUs. So that's actually when they announced, I noticed this, but when NVIDIA announced the new 30 series, almost instantly, if you go to like Corsair or Newegg, you would see that all the power supplies like disappeared, like 650 and up.
It's crazy how there's things sometimes you think like are not going to affect things, and then it, like when all this like pandemic happening, I never thought that like everything that's related to webcam, like Camlink and all those stuff, like capture card, like you don't think about that, but like everybody's working from home now, so like all the stocks were out.
Yeah, like webcams especially. Funny enough, speaking of Costco earlier, I went there to pick up some pizza for lunch, and I walked in and they had an entire little display just for webcams, because apparently they sell some webcams in Costco now. and I was like, wow, what a world. Like they put
Yeah,
it
man,
right
everybody's
front and
on
center,
Zoom now.
and every like you could see it, like it was almost sold out. And I was like, whoa, that's intense. So, ooh, seen some. I just did a PSU swap yesterday on an older man's PC that still had a 514 drive in it. Yeah, there you go. See, the Corsair RM1000 I got with Millennium has over 10,000 hours and 0 issues. Yeah, hey Robert, how's it going? Where can you recycle old parts? In the United States, I know here in Miami we have a dump. They trash it, but there are places that do recycle parts. It's a quick Google search or researching to figure out the right place to do it. Grifish asking, how long should I wait for my PC from Origin PC come from Europe? 30 days, more or less? It depends. I would talk to, if you did order a PC from us, talk to the sales rep. They can give you a better estimate. Because you have to factor in the actual build time and then the actual shipping time. So
They also have whatchamacallit, there are delays because of all the things that are going on with the storms and the fires. So depending on where you live, it might be a little bit slow.
PJ talk.
Testing? Can you hear me now? Mic's been on the whole time.
Yeah.
You can hear me?
Yes. I think people are gonna hear an echo from me though.
Can you hear an echo?
A little better. I think. Guys, let me know if you can hear PJ.
Can you hear me? What's good, Jobin? How you doing, Luxthos? Am I saying it right? Look, say it for me, Lewis.
Luxthos.
Luxthos.
Did I say it right too? I know I'm paranoid.
No, we're good. I swear to Bob. So, as you can see, I wired up I take all my steps in my build, so once the motherboard's installed, I wire up the actual internal wiring for the case itself. Power reset, USB 3.1 Type-C, 3.0 is already plugged in.
Hold on, PJ, we can't hear you.
Audio, and you need to work on that, Mr. Lewis.
Turn on the switch on and off. The wireless switch.
How about now?
No, the actual receiver.
This thing, unplug it?
No. Nope. I'm pointing at it.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. Doom. Now we got you.
How about now?
Yep, we got you.
Ah. Forgot that was it. Alright, let me see. Alright, guys.
There you go. Hello, PJ.
There we go. Now you can hear me. So what I was saying is,
Stream
when I
can
initially
hear
do
it,
the
but I'm not
builds,
going to be able to.
I start with the motherboard installation, and then I wire up the internal parts from the case. So my 3.1 Type-C, my USB 3.0, HD audio cable, and the power reset are already plugged in. I wire everything here at the top. So in the back, you can't see it. So that's the idea. With every build I do, every one of your builds should be the same.
That's clean.
Call me if you have a problem. Don't call me. Send me an email. Or shoot me a message. I have no problem helping people out with their builds, man.
Out of curiosity, how many builds in this case have you done?
Want it? PJ, can you hear him or no?
I know, my headset's still plugged in,
No, so he can't hear you.
but so we're having an issue with that I can't hear.
Yeah, we were having. So one of the reasons we started a little bit later, we were trying to get his Bluetooth headphones to connect to our. We have the setup here, so he can't hear you. So I can relay the question though.
Sure. What's the question?
That would be nice.
All right, so
How many-
hold on, I'll relay the question. How many PC builds have you done, or how familiar are you with this case, and how many PC builds have you done?
I can't tell you exactly how many PC builds I've done, but we launched the Prime case in 2014. That's when this case was released. So the only rendition that's actually been done to it is exterior-wise. Everything interior with the case is more or less exactly the same as it was for the last 6 years. The cool thing about the case is, yeah, I know this case inside and out. I can tear this entire case down. You could put it in front of me piece by piece, and I can definitely put it back together within maybe 20 minutes. I know the case inside and out. I could probably build one blindfolded, to be honest with you. But I'm very familiar with it. But as far as builds, dude, I couldn't even tell you. I mean, if you add assembly line builds, side builds that I had done for marketing before I went into marketing, And then going into marketing, I would say at least I've built over at least 200 plus systems.
What about in this case?
What, in these?
Yeah.
Yeah, at least over 200 systems. Definitely.
Wow. That's a lot of PC.
Yeah, the case has gone in three different designs. The first two were essentially the same. They just changed the material, how it was being done, but it was still like it was a plastic with hinged doors that you could pop in and out. But this one, obviously, there's a lot. I love the version 3 case. I mean, sturdy aluminum panels on it. It just seems much more of a aggressive case from when it first came out. But overall, I love this case. I think it's awesome. And the cool thing about it is, if you ever get tired of any particular orientation that you have on the case itself, if you decide, hey, I want to redesign my room, and you want your case to be sitting in a different angle, you can actually take this case apart and put it in 4 different variations. You can take this apart, you can mount the motherboard in a 90-degree orientation, have all the heat exit out from the top. You can keep it the way it is, have everything inside and out, or you can literally invert the case and put the motherboard from this side over to this side. Same thing with in a 90-degree orientation as well. That was the one thing that made this case so cool when everybody saw it. Like, holy crap, you can do everything, and I don't have to buy one specific case to do one certain thing. If I want to change it, I can change it at any point in time and save myself some money. You just gotta invest some time.
Cool stuff. Thank you for the response, BJ.
Yeah, I talk too much.
That's my job, is to talk a whole lot. All right, let's see here.
Hey, that's my job as well.
Just relaying messages, like on the battlefield or anything. Like, hey, heal me.
Just talking a lot.
Oh. Yeah, talking. I mean, so on average, how long are your streams?
I would say 7:30 to 8 hours.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll do night stream, but yeah, usually I try to keep it to 8 hours because I talk all the time. Like I'm somebody that's very, very talkative, so there's very rarely silence in my stream. I'm just talking for 8 hours straight. So, if I push it, if I push it 10 to 12, sometimes like my voice in the morning, the next day is going to be a little bit raspy.
Oh yeah. I mean, imagine over here at Origin, we usually go for 2 to 3 hour streams, leaning more to 2. If it's a very energetic stream where there's a lot of yelling, usually the gameplay streams are more energetic in terms of like yelling and doing all that
Sorry,
stuff.
I'm not energetic enough for you, Lewis.
And then my stream asks me like half the time to do garish voice and stuff. So I'm yelling half the time. So
Yeah. No, it takes a lot out of you. I don't hopefully people understand that, at least, that it's like it takes energy out of you, because sometimes I'm beat. Like if I do 3-4 hours, I'm beat.
yeah, I mean it's I think the weirdest issue is trying to explain that to people that aren't in that space. Like when you try to explain that to family, like I'm gonna do like an 8-hour stream, and then it's like, oh, it's just 8 hours, and then you're supposed to do something else afterward, and you're like, I'm dead. I just want to go to bed now. Can I rest a bit? But I mean, it's nothing to like. I mean, streaming has been like I couldn't be happier. But you're still energy drained.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I didn't build a house. Like I would probably be way more tired if I was working a physical job. But it's like it's just your brain that's tired. It's just
No, it's true.
Is this where everybody gets confused? Like you see all this, and then you get into a huge panic.
I mean, they include all those cables for you because sometimes there's
Everything
components.
you need. But I'm wondering how many people in the chat actually plug. Like if you build your own PC, how many of you plug everything in first and then try to directly plug everything into the power supply? Because for me, that drives me bananas. I mean, if I see that and I see an abundance of cables just sprout out everywhere all over the PC, I go nuts, dude. Everything has to go in one by one.
Yeah, that's one reason I like the modular case or modular power supplies, because you plug in what you need.
The one that I like the most, to be honest with you, the Corsair they make a TX750 that it's like half modular and on and off.
Mm-hmm.
The 24 pin and the CPU pin are already automatically plugged into it, but it's a super nice power supply for what it is. It's really simple, easy to plug in, and I get it. If it was full, like all the cables attached to it, like non-modular, that would drive me nuts.
No, I stay away from those. I'm like, I don't need that many PCIe things or SATA or no.
kind of funny because I'm the kind of person that I keep every cable ever in a box or in a back because I'm like, hey, I might need this at some time, you know? Whenever I build PCs, I keep every little spare parts. I think I have enough power supply cable that I could literally like funnel Corsair for a year. Like, I need to throw those out at some point. And I've realized also there's different series now, so I'm probably sure like some of them are not useful anymore. So I could
Yeah.
probably throw some of those out.
Yeah, some of those, especially if you don't use the wrong cable and the wrong power supply, for the most part, they should work. I know Corsair on their website, they have a guide onto which cables work for which PSU.
Exactly. So I had to. I rebought everything. So like it ended up that everything that I kept was just they're just staying there. I don't know what they're staying there for.
Yeah. Ivan on YouTube asked, "Do you guys play on consoles despite being PC guys?" Yes. PJ is a big fan of the Xbox.
Honestly, I am not.
Oh,
I used to be, but not anymore. I'm not a hypocrite to anybody who, plays specific consoles. If they don't play consoles at all, PC gamers, dude. Gamer's a gamer, man. If you're getting behind a controller and you're enjoying yourself, that's all that matters. Because there's a lot of bickering back and forth of PCs being superior. Okay, cool, we get it, but not everybody can afford to buy a PC. So anybody who can get the chance to get behind something and enjoy themselves, and play, that's all that matters, man.
I agree.
Don't knock people for what they can and can't afford.
What about you, Luxthos? You play any? I know you play a lot of WoW, but do you play on consoles? Consoles.
I used to play a lot when I was a kid, and then I discovered the PC, and then I kept playing Blizzard games all the time.
Yeah.
And then I enjoyed so much being online with people that I never went back to console because you're a little bit more alone, right? Until now, like now we are able to go back online with people, right? But back in the days, you were playing by yourself, right? So
yeah.
But I'm slowly starting to get back into it. I actually pre-ordered the PS5, so.
Oh, you're able to get one. Okay. Congratulations.
Yeah. I was able to refresh. I was able to refresh like a website that like nobody thought about here in Canada. So they weren't sold out, so I was able to get one. I'm excited. Because I feel like I've been missing so many games. Like they announced the Demon's Soul remaster, and I was like, I've not played the first one. Let's pre-order that and try to play the remaster version. That's gonna be fun.
I will say that if you get that PlayStation Plus special offer, you get access to a bunch of PS4 games already out the gate. So that includes like God of War, Persona, and a bunch of other games that you may not have played. So that's a good starting point.
That was the biggest thing because PS5 had so many exclusive game. PS4 had so many good exclusive game that when they announced that those were going to be playable there, I was like, okay, I gotta get it.
No, it definitely works in your case, especially if you missed the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, for sure. I tried to get an Xbox and I couldn't. Those sold out.
I like some of the features that new Xbox has. I think that quick resume, there's so many little features that are really, really cool.
Did you watch that, Lewis? He puts them right side by side next to each other, and then he does a quick comparison to see which one will boot up faster. And the Series X is dominated with especially with that quick start.
Yep.
He was already up and playing Doom, like within seconds.
Yeah, that quick start stuff is pretty crazy. I think I'm glad that consoles are going that direction. I just hope PC gets some of those nice features too. I just don't know how they're gonna figure it out. I don't know.
It's gonna get even faster than what they already are.
I mean, we're getting that RTX IO. I'm not sure if chat or anyone else paid attention during NVIDIA's 30 series presentation, but basically your SSDs will get faster thanks to the tech from your GPU.
Really?
Yes. There's not too much data out on it yet, but they mentioned it, and because they're using basically some of the features that Microsoft's already using in the new Xbox for a PC. So I thought that was like, oh my gosh, this is like a massive feature, but no one's really talking about it yet because it's not available. I expect it to be available sometime in January. But it's a really exciting technology that hopefully developers can take advantage of, especially in games. So we'll see. But keep an eye out for that RTX IO if you're a...
So it's something that's going to be available, but you have to build around it. They have to tap into it, right? So it's not going to be something that's going to be used by old games and stuff.
Correct.
Okay.
So let me a second.
Unless they update for it, I guess, right?
Yeah. I'm pulling up their article. Introducing RTX IO, GPU accelerates storage technology for the next generation of games. They have like a whole little article here describing it, but it uses what's called the direct storage API. So
Interesting.
So it depends on the software. So the software has to be there for this to support it. But I can almost 100% assure you that once games do have access to this tech, you will not stop hearing about it. Say like, I feel like again those next gen games coming out soon can definitely take advantage of this tech. Cyberpunk being one of the good examples of that one. But we'll see. We got still have to wait a little bit more to see more about it. So it's just one cool feature that NVIDIA is doing with those RTX GPUs as well. I mean, have you tried RTX in Warcraft yet or no?
No, I haven't. So right now I'm using a single PC to stream Endgame.
Okay.
So I've been holding off onto trying to push the because I have like 3 big resolution monitors, so 3 1440p monitor.
Yeah.
Like so the software, wow, my 20 million tab Chrome's open. Like it's pretty taxing for my current build. So I haven't tried to play with it yet. But I don't even I know it's going to be available, but I don't know if it already is available. I'm going to have to go look at it.
Yeah, I think it's still like, if I'm correct, in beta, that feature, and people in chat are saying it's not something to write, it's not worth it right now. But
the feature was there, but like you couldn't activate it, so I don't know. Maybe it is on pre-patch now, though. It could be possible.
Yeah.
Okay, it is on WoW. Okay, people are telling me it is.
Not worth it
I'm
right
gonna
now.
have to try it out because now I'm gonna go to a dual setup, or at least that's the goal, right? I'm gonna use this one as a gaming PC, and then I'm probably gonna use my old one as just the encoding and the streaming machine. So I should be able to push it like really a lot more.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm a fan of like here at the office when we do gaming streams, we use a dual PC setup. For live builds, we only need one. There's no reason to have two.
Yeah, I mean, there's no game. It's just a camera, right?
Unless we wanted to add redundancy just in case something happened, but that doesn't happen. But yeah, I think I'm a fan of the dual personally, but I can see the benefits of the solo.
I've never I've never had dual. I mean, but I got everything for it. So I got a Elgato 4K right now waiting for me. It's on the desk. I just have to plug it in, and I'm gonna be able to use that. I got the Go XLR, so that's gonna be great for managing audio channels and all of that. It's all about like getting it set it up and see if my room can handle that much power consumption.
Yeah, right. Because
the other one has a 2080 Super in it, so it's like.
I mean, the GPU isn't really going to be strained too much, especially if even though you're using NVENC encoding. I think it's going to be fine.
Yeah, so I was using that on my single PC, but I was having issue. And it's those kind of things where I don't understand sometimes. Like I have a little bit of knowledge, but I was trying to stream from the NVENC, and everybody was telling me it was the best and all that stuff. And then I started dropping frames in some places in WoW. I was like, okay, I have a Ryzen 3900, so like it's a pretty good CPU.
Yeah.
But as soon as I swapped to that, like I stopped dropping frames. As soon as I stopped, I started encoding from the CPU, and then everything was fine.
No, yeah, it's just to see what works.
But
Testing.
then now I'm not able to like I'm scared to put WoW at 10. Right?
Yeah.
My graphics are not at 10 because I'm doing too much things at the same time, and I'm scared to push it a little bit too much because then I don't get those FPS anymore in WoW. Like as soon as you push it to 10, like it's under 60 sometimes in raids, so it's like okay.
Yeah. Well, dual, you don't have to worry about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm just gonna crank it and let the other one suffer.
Someone in chat was asking about that 680X RGB case. I personally haven't messed with it, but it's a cool case design because, again, one side is all the computer parts and the other side is more for the power supply and other components.
I think that's the one I have.
I have one in the back. I just haven't touched it yet.
Do you? Oh, cool. I was gonna say, I think PJ's doing his best to try to show you guys what's going on with the PC.
I have a 6080 right now. That's so it's awesome.
What AIB is being used for the RTX 3080? I believe it's the EVGA XC3. Yeah, it's the XC3.
Just check the box on the floor.
So, PJ said to check the box on the floor. Can you comment on the tools he's using? Anything special? Exactly, and a small set of side cutters for cleaning up the wire ties.
Cutters for the zip ties? Hold on.
Oh, he's gonna turn on his mic so he can explain.
Cutters for the zip ties. I use a box cutter sometimes, but I've really come accustomed just to using an X-Acto to open everything up. Makes it a little easier. My drill. I do use a drill. I do use a screwdriver at times, but you don't use any drill. You gotta use specific ones. I use this particular drill because itself is on the lowest torque possible. It's very sensitive, so you can actually build an entire laptop using this drill if you want to, and won't damage or break any of the parts. So you have to do your homework on which specific drill you want to use. I also use a pair of pliers and, like I said, a regular screwdriver. And you don't need a bunch of major tools. It's just like I would say a plumber. A plumber uses a set of pliers and a screwdriver. You wouldn't see him with any other tools in his pocket other than that. You don't need anything to fix everything in your house.
Cool. Go ahead and lower your volume.
That's pretty cool, actually. Never thought you could do that with a drill.
Yep. Personally, I always warn people, like, don't go crazy with a drill at home. That's like a try your own risk.
Don't blame me if something happens.
PJ says not to blame him if something happens, and I say the same thing. Personally, I like this good old screwdriver.
Yeah, elbow grease.
So, but I know they make those little micro screwdrivers, like the small with like a super low torque you can use. So that's fine too.
Look, I got a special one.
Well, PJ's gonna show one on camera.
Look at my special screwdriver. It says Republic of Gamers.
Wait, did that come into the Asus board?
I have one yet.
Oh, okay. Did Asus send that?
No, this is the
Oh, you're muted.
The only motherboard I've seen this screwdriver come with is the Maximus 12 Extreme.
Yeah, I mean that's a
That's the
super
only
high
one
motherboard.
I've seen it come with.
So
cut.
the Maximus.
That is such a sick motherboard too, with that OLED display.
All right, I'll mute you. Bye bye.
I don't like it.
Also, Paige, I'm just gonna request to possibly change camera angles, or if you want me to swap cameras, let me know. All right, he's gonna move the camera. Don't worry, chat. You're not gonna stare at his back the entire time.
My apologies.
Yeah, so this is the part where I struggle, especially when, because I went in with like a bunch of, because I had the new fans, I had to install like a Commander because I had a lot of fans in the old PC, so I had to install like the Corsair Commander. And this is where things started to get messy for me in the cable management.
Yeah, that Corsair Commander, when you add all those extra cables, you're like, oh, I didn't expect this.
Yeah, you need a little bit more knowledge to that part. I had to get creative.
Yeah, but don't you worry. This is gonna be great. It's gonna take time, but it's worth it. So
with the 680 though, it was so easy because you can cheat a little bit because the back part is so wide open. Like if you want to be lazy about it, you can just throw everything in there, and nobody's gonna see anything until you open it up again.
And then everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, what is that nest in there doing?"
Yeah, and then it sounds weird, but like even if nobody sees it, if you keep it nice and clean, like it's so easier to put like a dust off in there, and it just like leaves it just like breathes better. Like that's all there is to it. So easier to clean up. Because I had a like my old PC that I had, I didn't care too much about the back plate, and every time I go in there to try to remove stuff, like oh god.
No, yeah, I can only imagine.
Yeah, but the new one, I spent a little bit more time onto it, and then yeah, definitely helps.
I got some questions here for me. Once all the hardware is installed, what's the order to installing drivers and or software? So when I did my own personal PC build, Paul's Hardware has a really cool guide on YouTube on what's the right like installation order. Obviously, Windows is the first thing you want to install. What I did is I have Windows on a USB. So you just plug it into your PC and then install Windows 10 already out the gate. Make sure it's the right one, though, because obviously with the x64, x86, you want to make sure you get the right one for your system. Yeah, Windows for sure. And then once you're there, it's just installing all the stuff is needed. Typically, Windows is pretty good about the installing the right drivers for the most part, but you also want to just double check every single component, make sure you don't miss anything. So hopefully that's the best advice. But again, Paul's Hardware is a really good video on like the process, like what do you do after your PC build is done, like building it yourself. If you get it with Origin PC, we take care of all of it, and we can add a software in too. So when you get your PC, you have Steam installed, you have Battle.net installed. So I know the team, we were talking about possibly installing games beforehand. That's a little bit of a high level thing to do. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know, chat. I don't know what your thoughts are on that one. Like, let's say if you requested to download a Warzone already, or WoW, or anything like that on your PC build, would you like that feature? I'm curious.
That's kind of cool, especially if you switch, because like I don't know why I've started doing this. I'm a little bit picky on that, but like if you see the hard drive setup, I've always done that. So I have my OS onto a single alone standalone hard drive, and then I install all my software onto another SSD.
Mm-hmm.
I've always done that. Like I know it's not gonna change much for performance, but I feel like in my mind it's I leave Windows alone. It's doing its thing on its hard drive, and then the games are running on another separate SSD. I don't even know if it improves anything, but I've always done that. So I like having it on a separate one. So it's kind of cool. Like because it can be a little bit tedious to change all the path and everything, but you know, it's kind of.
No, it's true. But I think everyone has, like, you have your own method of installing games. Like I just added a new SD, so I need to like kind of readjust where the games are located. I think I'm leaning to putting like all the really big games on the other SSD, and my OS SSD is more for the smaller games. Or my main games. So.
Yeah, and then if one of your, like if the hard drive failed, you don't lose, like, I mean, like for example, if the game hard drive fails or whatever, Windows is still running, and if the other one fails, then you just have to replace that one, reinstall Windows, and you're kind of good to go.
No, it's true. That way, the other one drive is your storage drive, basically.
Yeah, so I use, what I usually do is I get an HDD for storage, like files. Then the bigger SSD is usually always for games, and then the smaller SSD is for Windows. So I usually end up with 3 hard drives, but since this is going to be my gaming PC, I'm not going to need file storage. It's only going to be games and software. And then the other one, probably the streaming PC is going to contain all the files, like the video probably, which is like the video from the recording and stuff like that.
Yep. So also, once you get your system, you're good to go. Like your organization, you feel more comfortable in streamlining your stuff. I mean, again, that's a personal thing. I like having everything organized across multiple drives. So, yeah. I got a question here. Do we have a WoW guild? No, we do not. Personally, I'm not a WoW player. I've known of WoW. I've known of WoW since it began, but I am not a WoW player.
What do you play?
I'm an action shooters kind of person. So like my main game, my group, or the group and I, our main game is Destiny 2. So been a fan of what Bungie's done with the last two expansions are pretty good. The first year of Destiny 2 though, a little rough. Not gonna lie. But once Forsaken came out, it's good.
It's really sad because my only experience of Destiny was the start of Destiny 1 and the start of Destiny 2, which is not their greatest moments.
Yeah, it's like the low points.
But it just made me realize I'm not good at shooter games. That's all there.
No, it's not everyone's cup of tea. I know I went to a wedding and we were talking with one of the people at the wedding, and his fiance was like, she had trouble playing first-person shooters. Like it just wasn't possible. Like if she, like even playing something as simple as Minecraft, she would get nauseous and wouldn't be unable to play. So it's just something, you know, not everyone can, or shooters aren't for everyone. So whether it's nauseous gameplay wise, because sometimes like it was funny, I played Fortnite on stream I want to say last week to showcase the RTX features in Fortnite, and I was joking with chat. I'm like, chat, you understand, I haven't played this game in literal years. I am horrible. Because now like kids can just go in and like completely destroy me. I'm like, yeah, no, I've accepted, like my time is over in Fortnite. But I did pretty okay. I think I got 6th place on it. But I was playing bots primarily. I see dopies in there, almost won. I was surprised at how well I did. I was downplaying myself the entire time. So,
I think that's the issue I have with shooter games is if you're not good and you face somebody that's good, you don't have a good day. Like it's just not going. There's no middle ground. You're just dead all the time.
Yeah. Well, at least there's good first-person shooters. That's single player first-person shooters. That's what I was trying to say. I'm sorry.
Yeah, for sure.
So there's those out there.
I mean, for example, Overwatch was nice. Like I played a lot of Overwatch because it allowed me, even though I wasn't necessarily good at aiming, like I could play a lot of hero that were maybe like support hero or tank that had melee weapon and stuff. So that was a really, really good introduction for me to get back into it. But like, WoW is just such a huge part of my life that I don't much have time for anything else. But I enjoy the occasionally a little game in there because it allows me to play the genre without being necessarily too good at it.
No, yeah, that's very true. I'm looking for what they do with the Overwatch 2. I want to call it expansion, but it's not an expansion. It feels like an expansion.
Yeah, it's a new game, apparently.
I do like their single player and co-op modes, though. That's something when the first Overwatch 1 came out, I was like, man, this game would benefit from having like a single player or co-op mode. And over time, they did have those little archive events or the Halloween event. But it's kind of cool they're going with it like straight out the gate that there is co-op or there is like a story mode, which is pretty cool. So.
Overwatch was supposed to be an MMO at the start.
Yeah, wasn't it like Project Titan? And
Project Titan, yeah. I'm trying to imagine, like, as you see all the characters they developed, like, I'm trying to imagine them as like MMO character. That would be kind of crazy.
I feel like Reinhardt's pretty easy though. A big dude in knight armor with a giant hammer and a shield. Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Yeah, but that's cool. But because it would have been so new to the genre because there's not a lot of like, because it has a very specific genre, right? It's a little bit of like sci-fi, a little bit of like medieval stuff. It's like such a big mishmash universe. It would have been really, really cool.
Mm-hmm. We got a question from chat. Do you know if the small new Cronus will be available to buy empty? No. So with our exclusive cases, this is just a thing, an Origin PC thing. We do not sell the cases by themselves. If we do sell the cases by themselves, it's usually once in a blue moon. But don't hold your breath on it. Like, don't quote me on it, because it truly is once in a blue moon. And I have no idea when we're going to do that again, or if we'll do it again anytime soon. The best way to get the case is unless you get the full and complete system. I know a lot of PC tinkerers out there. They hate to hear that because they want to mess with the case themselves, but that's the way we do it at Origin PC. So if you want to get a full and complete system and then take it apart, we won't stop you. So by all means. Well, this month is a blue moon month.
I'll be right back real quick.
All right, chat. This is your time. The questions, send them to me. This Luxthos stepped out for a second here, so by all means, send the questions. Specs for the PC. I'll pull up the specs. Specs are scrolling at the bottom of the screen, but here's the specs screen with all the detailed specs. The H and the HDD on the top right should be SSD, so that is a typo, but everything else is correct. So you can take a look there. Airflow temps in case. I don't know off the top of my head. I think PJ probably might have a better idea. I don't know if PJ, if you want to comment on that. Temperature? No? No, he's focused. Because honestly, it depends. So, obviously depends on the hardware you put in there and all the settings and stuff. PJ's currently focused on the fans and stuff. Oh, what else we got here? Let me jump back to the stream. Sorry, I'm torturing you guys with that specs long enough. All right, specs image long enough. Johnny Mustang, if I wanted to build my PC through Origin, but wanted to knock to an air cooler, would that be something like to range? Unfortunately, no. I think we used to do that, if I'm correct. But if you talk to the sales team, we can try to see if we can work it out if possible. I know, I totally get you. Heatsink / air cooling is awesome. My personal rig at home does have a heatsink / air cooler. I think liquid coolers are cool. But, yeah, I would talk to the sales team directly. Because I know if you go to our website and you customize a PC, the only thing you'll see are all-in-one liquid coolers. But on our professional side, and on some systems, we do offer air cooling. So it's like kind of a wishy-washy thing. But if you talk to our sales team, I'm sure they can figure something out. If you're, like, for sure serious about it. And you want a specific cooler, so that's a... I think Corsair does make their own air cooler, but we don't sell those on the site right now. If you don't sell cases right now, you can just send the Origin wooden box. I'll make a case out of that. Well, you can actually buy the crate on originpc.com. At least, let me correct myself there. Make sure if I'm right. Can you actually buy the crate? Crates. Aha! It's there. I mean, nothing's gonna cause it. We're literally just gonna ship you an empty wooden crate. I mean, these are here for people that, if they want to ship the system back or if they want an extra crate.
Or, yeah, maybe moving someplace, they need to transport
Yeah.
it,
Or if they got rid of their crate initially and they wanted to put the system back in a crate to protect it, it's there. So.
Like, if you want to hear a funny story, remember Myers Leonard bought a PC from us. So he gets the PC, and I don't know what he did with the crate, but apparently the day he's leaving to go to the NBA bubble, he calls us and tells us he needs a crate. When I asked him why, apparently he took a hammer to it. So he needed a new crate as soon as possible because there was no way he was not going to Orlando without his PC. So he took his entire Origin PC Millennium with him, and he sat it right there in the bubble with him. That was super cool. It actually was on ESPN.
Yep, I remember seeing that. It's pretty cool. Yeah, because they were covering like what NBA players brought with them to the bubble, and it's like Origin PC. So, shout out to the Heat though, solid season.
Yep.
Of course, not the outcome we wanted, but you know that was a hard fought finals. That Game 5 was a nail biter. I was like, ugh. But there you go. The Lakers got it. But love the Heat. I don't think people in chat here are into the sports ball. Different crowd, I'd say. So is it true that the Luxthos PC crate is going to be delivered through the Horde blimp and throw it with a parachute? Possibly.
All right, we're back.
Hey, welcome back. We were just answering some questions from chat while you were gone.
Yeah, my community was really excited about this. I have a lot of PC building enthusiasts.
Well, hopefully they appreciate it. I know if there's one thing I've learned working for Origin PC is that PC building enthusiasts or people in the PC gaming world are very picky. I mean, you said yourself, you were picky yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it was crazy because it's Origin is one of the only.
Oh, what? Sorry.
I was hearing him talk. I wasn't sure because I can't hear him on Discord. I can only hear him a little bit through your mic sometimes. Mm-hmm. I was just saying I've always been like super picky about that, and I've never fully trusted. And then with all the like the Corsair merge and all that stuff, and all like it just, and I was seeing everything that was coming out of the like all the products, all the streamers that were getting like PC built, and like you see the spec and you're like, wow, this is what I would have built myself. Like it's not, and it just made me like trust it a lot more, and just I don't know, it felt right, you know.
Chief Pepin on chat. Just ask the question again. It was too far back. I can't scroll up to see it. Yeah, chat, if you just want to... if there's a question I can't answer, typically I kind of like pass over them, but for the most part I answer like 98% of questions. So... PC buildings are different than dudes that love to build cars, just a different platform. You said some all fans suck out the air case and some to blow external air in. Traditionally, it's the front fans that blow air in, but PJ could explain how the fan setup is on this case if he so chooses to.
This is an intake exhaust setup. So the way I'm doing it is essentially the system is going to draw on the cool air from here.
Yeah.
It's going to cool everything off, and it's going to exit out the back. So it's a 3-fan setup. Cool off, intake, exhaust.
There you go.
If the orientation was at a 90 degree, I would have everything from the back intake and then exhaust out the top. So hot air rises. So
there you go. Hopefully that answers that question. All right, Chief. I asked how much faster does Windows boot up with an NVMe M.2 versus a SATA SSD. I can't give you specific numbers, but NVMe is faster. Like that's without a doubt. Actually, funny enough, I was playing on my travel PC last weekend, and on my travel PC, I have two PCs at home. My main PC, the one that's like the stationary one, that one doesn't go anywhere. And then my travel PC, which is a metal box that is designed to be manhandled, just like tossed around, hence travel. That one has a SATA SSD. I did notice that the SATA SSD did take longer to boot up some stuff, and it took a while to boot up some games as well. So NVMe, there are benefits to NVMe. It's faster. If you do it with a Ryzen CPU, Ryzen 3rd Gen or more, Ryzen 3000 or up, I should say, and you go with a PCIe 4.0 NVMe, you're gonna get crazy fast speeds, like mind blowing. That's because of the PCIe 4.0, and Ryzen supports that. Intel does not support it yet, which is, I don't know. Personally, I'm still kind of surprised by it. Eventually, they'll get around to it, hopefully. Oh, and then someone, Night of Stars mentions that Linus did a whole episode of NVMe and SSD compared, so you can check that out too for a better analysis of it. Does Gamers Nexus have one? I feel like he probably does, but he has a ton of videos. We have to search for a specific one. What do you guys use to debloat Windows at Origin PC and leave it so clean? I debloat manually, which is a nightmare. Well, we install it clean, and there's really, like, we just clean up all the stuff, and it's pretty bare bones. That's one thing that I do like about our PCs when we ship them out, is like they have nothing besides the essential stuff. Sometimes we include like say software like from MSI or ASUS, or EVGA, if like for example to customize the graphics cards, lighting, or anything like that. But there's nothing like no bloatware. It's a pretty cool feature.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Sometimes you spend a couple of minutes trying to uninstall. It's mostly like shortcut though. Like they're just placing a couple of shortcut in the menu. Like, hey, you want to look at that?
Yeah. I think companies have gotten better about that though. But it's funny because like if you get like a pre-built system for whatever, you can just clean install Windows yourself. Because you have the license for it. You just wipe it. Like, who cares? Like, this is brand new. I don't need whatever.
Yeah.
They tossed into that PC build. I don't even know.
Ooh, is that an Origin cap? Oh.
Yeah. So, because we are with Corsair, they do provide us with special Origin covers.
That's so nice. That's the first time I see one of these.
Yeah. So. Even I forget about that sometimes. I'm so used to seeing the Corsair logo a lot of
yeah,
places.
I've never wondered, like, because I see the picture, like you guys post picture of the build and everything, and you always see the Origin logo, but then it's a Corsair. So I never put 2 + 2 together.
I know that Corsair put out some new all-in-one coolers as well, the Capulex ones. I don't know. PJ, have you messed with those yet or no?
No, I have not.
Yeah, so they just released those. I'm curious if we'll get our hands on those soon.
Eventually, I'm sure. We get our hands on all the cool stuff. I'm not bragging, but I'm kind of bragging. It is cool, you know? I mean, like, hey, you know? When the IQ stuff was coming in, and it was kind of cool, like, be like one of the first people to kind of tinker with it, so.
Everybody's saying, you peeled it. Why wouldn't you leave that for the customer? Man, I don't want to open that and have to remove every bit of plastic. Like, would you imagine having to? Okay, so where's the plastic? All right, and then you forget about it. Then you start the PC, then it starts melting.
Yeah. Especially on the GPU, but he'll get to the GPU soon enough.
I always do the GPU.
You're buying pre-built, like you gotta. You know.
That's what everybody wants.
You gotta do it in slow-mo with music, though. You know, some careless whisper.
Yeah.
We're gonna get DMCA strikes, so
get the saxophone. I can't even do it. My voice is shot in terms of like high pitch stuff. I do a baritone. Anyways.
That's exactly what we need.
Can we still get 2080 supercards with a build? I'm just checking really quick here. The answer is yes, you can. We do offer the 20 series on our site. We also offer the AMD RX 5700. And you guys don't know, we are launch partners with AMD. So whenever the new Radeon cards come out, our team will do testing with it, and they'll confirm if we'll launch on our site as well. I'm pretty sure we will. Because I know there's people out there that are excited to see what AMD has coming up next. So I'm excited. I mean, I have NVIDIA at home, but I'm really curious to see what AMD has on the graphic side of things. I like competition, especially in the PC space. So, what else we got here? Couple questions. No. Oh, what are your thoughts on the 5000 series Ryzen? It's exciting. I would love to see the benchmarks by getting the CPU in house and messing with it, of course. PJ's giving me some faces, but
Just look at my face. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, Robot's face was like this after everyone. Are you serious?
okay. Well, PJ just gave me a shocked face when I said Ryzen, so we'll see. We don't know yet.
Just say that he was cheesing from ear to ear.
So,
I'll say that.
what else we got? I want a big Navi to be bigger than the 3090. Oh, we'll see. End of October is when that AMD Radeon showcase is going to be, and I know we're going to be watching it. The whole world's or gaming communities, PC gaming community is going to be watching that one to see what they have up their sleeve. What else? Wait, what do you mean we don't answer? I'm here. What happened? What is better for gaming, Intel or AMD? Both are fine. However, numbers-wise, benchmarks-wise, Intel does edge out a lead. And again, that's not a personal preference. That's based on benchmarks available all around the internet.
Intel is the single core champ.
It's Intel is that champ, that single core champ. So.
AMD is the multi-core champ.
Oh, hey PJ, there's a guy named Edgar on Facebook.
Yeah, it's my big brother.
Hey,
Hey, brother.
hey, hold on, let me turn on your mic so you can say hi.
What's up, big brother? You watching me build computers?
I saw my bro. I'm like, and I saw the last time, like,
Yeah. Not that many people have that last name.
I know,
I'll
I'm
tell you
like-
that much, dude.
it's pretty
Yeah,
funny.
dude. Thanks for watching, big brother. And I got the 3 for the top.
Hey, he
Alright,
is
cool.
reading the chat, bro.
You what?
So people are saying
Yo.
that I am reading the chat.
Twitch chat being patient again.
No, it's actually chats on Facebook and on YouTube.
Oh.
Because we have, I mean, you're probably looking at Twitch chat, but we're also streaming on
Yeah,
Twitter,
I forgot about
YouTube,
that.
and Facebook. Twitter chat's the only one I can't see, but I can see YouTube and Facebook. I know the communities there aren't as big as a Twitch chat, but I still like reading them and shouting them out or noting any questions there too. Noble actually on YouTube asked how many 38 and 39s have y'all received? Enough?
No.
I mean, I want enough to get my own, but I can't. We're all locked out, as you know we should be, because you know it's probably be a while. If I wanted, for example, I wanted to buy my own personal 3080, it's gonna be a good while because we have so many. You can only guess, but because of the demand of the 30 series, that there's a lot of people excited about that card. So obviously,
Has it been like this for every launch? Because I've never been in this space of trying to go for PC component as a card launches, so I've never experienced the like, as now people share the information with me that I'm streaming, like, oh my god, it's out of order, like,
Yeah.
but I've never looked at it. Was it the same thing for the 2080 and the
it was
the
not as
20
bad.
series?
It was
Oh,
not
really?
this bad.
Okay.
The 10 series, there was some excitement behind it, but NVIDIA is correct in the fact that the excitement for the 30 series has eclipsed almost every single previous GPU launch.
Why is that, do you think?
More gamers. I feel that the gaming industry or PC gaming industry as a whole has just been growing so much over the years that and I guess they did a really good job of promoting the graphics jump. Like, I'm not sure if you saw the presentation from NVIDIA. Jensen, like, looked dead at the camera, and he said, like, Pascal users, it's time. And I feel like the second he said that, you could hear everyone with a 10 series card or below be like, oh, I need this GPU in my life. Because the jump between, say, like, from 10 series to 20 series was it's okay. But the jump from 10 series to 30 series is massive. Like, benchmarks-wise, performance-wise for games, there's a
Yeah.
noticeable difference, especially for the price. Price of performance, massive difference. So,
Yeah, this one around, like the price were pretty shocking. It seemed to be really, really low for the power you were getting.
Yeah.
Still trying to find get top dollar for the 20 series cards, and it stinks because you're just not going to get that.
Well, people are also saying because of the pandemic and everyone's home and time to game. I mean, that's true too. And you can see with the excitement, it's not just the 30 series that has that kind of excitement, but the PlayStation and the Xbox are both sold out. You can't pre-order them.
Yeah, pretty much everything that's electronic right now is sold out. Like it's just nothing's available.
Those guys that has to go and happen first.
I know that there's like shortage of plastic as well and like small like electronic components and all of that. So everything that's used to make these is kind of hard, and like their companies are having issues with that. So I guess that doesn't help also.
Yeah. Well, people are also noting that the scalping bots are out there too. Yeah, I'm not a fan of them either. Again, I've tried to get my own 30 series. I remember I have like a couple trackers because there's like apps and stuff that you can, or like Discord channels you can like follow and they'll give you notifications. There's actually, they went up in stock on a website and I missed it because I was getting ready for the stream. A couple of my friends
For
messaged.
this stream?
Yeah, for this stream. I was getting ready for it, and then all of a
Oh,
sudden my
no.
phone's blowing up. I'm like, what's going on? It's like, oh, they just went in stock. I'm like, and they're gone. I'm like, oh well. Oops.
Does it say how many, or
No, they don't tell you how much,
they don't tell you? Okay.
but it's gonna be a steady supply. It's just, I'm patient, but I know there's some people out there with older cards that are looking impatient. So
Yeah.
it's,
Especially with like Cyber releasing and all of that, right?
yeah.
Everybody's excited to get those new cards for those new games.
Yeah, I have a couple friends that were like eagerly waiting the new GPUs because of games like Cyberpunk or whatever next gen games are coming around the corner. So, and of course, I mean, my friend base is mainly PC gaming, but I can imagine people in the Xbox and PlayStation communities are also like eager to jump on those platforms as well, especially for the games that they play, like with their friends and whatnot. Because I know the Destiny community is looking forward to the new consoles. Call of Duty communities are looking forward to new consoles. Pretty much, if you play a game consistently and it's coming out to the new console, you want to play the new console version.
Yeah, they were saying that you're gonna.
The fact that he was able to loop that zip tie in that hole
Favorite games is soon look completely.
that fast,
Yeah.
it would have taken me 30 minutes. Not gonna lie.
Oh, let's see here. Da-da-da-da. Oh, someone's saying, I'm just hoping AMD can keep the new cards in stock. They'll get shares just from that. No, it's true. If AMD has plenty of cards, and the performance is there, they will more than likely sell them to the game. I think it's great though, because again, more competition keeps Nvidia on their toes. So, does he use Lightning Pro or Commander Pro for the RGB fans? PJ, Lightning or Commander? I
For
think
the
it's
fans?
for this bill. I think it's Commander, right?
No, I don't need a commander.
Oh, you're using the Lighting Pro?
No, the Lighting Pro for the fan setup, it comes with a hub, so I'm using the
you're
hub
using
that it
the hub?
comes with.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, the QL fans have a really cool hub that it comes with, so it's really simple to use that, which is actually a benefit, especially if you needed to use the commander, because if you needed that extra spot to plug in an RGB connection, like an RGB lights, or if you have if you're doing a water cooled setup and you needed to plug in the HydroX GPU block CPU block combo, you would need that extra channel. So luckily, these QL fans already come with a hub and a receiver that you don't have to plug into that at all. Where is it? It's right here. This thing. So I don't have to plug this into anything. All this does is plugs right into the fans. I plug it into a SATA, and then I plug the USB port right into the motherboard, and then
That's
IQ will
it.
automatically pick it up as soon as we install it.
Perfect. Thank
And
you.
for the RGB fans itself, I'm only connecting. I brought a little mini hub, so I only need one channel to plug into that. As a matter of fact, so this is the only thing I'm going to use to plug the fans in. Boop. This thing.
Hey.
So it's gonna be this little guy. You don't need a commander. The commander would essentially be if you had like I said, if you were gonna set up a HydroX and you wanted to have the temps and everything set up for it, that's when you would essentially get something like that. But for this build, you don't need it. It's cool and all, but I'm hoping that Corsair decides to actually make it a little more compact, because I personally think it's a little too big. The idea is cool. Don't get me wrong. I just wish it was a little smaller.
Thank you, PJ.
You're welcome, Louis. You want to just say no next time?
Someone says that's where Linux falls down. RGB not so good. And you'd think that there'd be some apps or something that can. Oh, you know what probably is because the software is not there to support it. So I don't think IQ's on can run that on Linux either. So, and some of the GPUs are like EVGA or ASUS with those RGB lighting kits on the GPU. So. All right, chat. I'm fully caught up with chat. Cool. So look, though, see there?
Yep.
I was gonna say, what's gonna be the first thing you're gonna do when you get this PC?
Well, I'm excited to see that box. I've seen so many pictures and video about the box. So we're gonna have to we're probably gonna record something and try to unbox it, try to get it out.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna have to try to figure out where to put it and how to set up the dual PC setup. So we're gonna have to install games. So right now my current PC, I could leave it as is. And I'm pretty much, I don't know if I'm gonna format it or just to clean it up, or I mean I might just leave everything as is because it already has all my streaming software and everything on it. So I'm just gonna reinstall my game on this beast and you know, I'll put the capture card into the old PC and then try to set that up.
Very cool. Yeah, the crate unboxing is it's an experience because
It looks cool.
Because you're it's kind of like Indiana Jones-esque almost when you're like uncrating and you're like, oh my gosh, there's treasure in here, there's like some ancient thing. Because you know, remember the ending of Raiders of the Lost Ark when like they put the chests inside the warehouse where all the crates are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what the experience is of uncrating it. It's like, oh my gosh,
I'm excited
locked treasure. So trying to think.
Yeah, I had some issues with the other one, so I might try to reinstall it and try to fix those maybe, and then.
Oh my gosh, some Nico in chat says putting the PC into a crate into another crate or two, and make you open it if you have 5 crates. I'm like, no, that's too much. That is way too much.
You know when you open Christmas gift and then you like wrap them and wrap and wrap and then you put tape to watch them struggle for hours?
Yeah. Timoof asks, when Origin PCs ship, what do you put something inside the PC to stop the graphic card from moving around? Yes. We do actually, and actually PJ, Instapack. To your right, we actually have some Instapack that's been pre-used that you took out or someone took out. PJ's gonna hold up in the camera so you can see what we're talking about. It's kind of bright though. There you go. So what you're looking at is what's called Instapack foam. So we put it inside, and then it just fills up the empty space in the build.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a bag, and then these 2 bubbles, I'll pop these.
Turn on mic.
I'll mix them together.
We can't hear you. We can't hear. There you go.
It's usually just in a soft bag with these 2 bubbles with their liquid. Once you break these 2 and you mix them together, you have to pop it, and it says right here, like, pat it about 20 times, and then quickly put it inside the system. And then once you do that, it starts to expand and seals everything up and protects it. For water-cooled systems, sometimes we use some pieces of insulation or foam, and we put them between the tubes itself so they don't shift or move around to also help. And we don't ship any water-cooled systems, especially hardlines, regular shipment. We always do those freight. So that system will go by itself on a crate to the customer's house. Which I can only wonder what that experience is like when you pull up to your house and a big
giant truck
pulls up and drops off this crate. You know, that's pretty cool.
So hopefully that answers your question there. Yeah, I know shipping is we take it pretty seriously. There's a reason for the crate. It's not just a visual thing. It looks cool, but it's definitely for protection.
Yeah, people put money in packaging, but like for like that's definitely for security more than. Was that the bag thing? Was that designed specifically for PC, or is that for like any?
It's used for anything.
Solution?
It's used for anything, but the team realized that it works perfectly for PC internals too. So
that's insane. I was wondering about that too as well.
Yeah, I know when I got a PC a long time ago, the actual case itself had a mount, so it was actually it screwed the GPU on to stop the GPU from moving around. I thought it was kind of interesting. You could remove it though, but I didn't realize that until I opened up the PC case and tinkered it with it myself. So. Team says I need some of that when I move with my current build. I mean, you can't. What other people do sometimes is when they move is they just remove the GPU because everything else in the system is pretty stable. The GPU's that weird component that just kind of hanging, unless you get a bracket. But sometimes just people remove it. I know for QuakeCons, what people do sometimes is they actually do that. So they just ship the PC or they put the PC in their luggage and remove the GPU, and then once it gets to QuakeCon, put back the GPU. So.
Yeah, especially if you know how to, play with that stuff.
Yeah.
It's way more secure that way. But
Yeah, the GPU is likely the most expensive part of your PC build, especially if you're going to something like QuakeCon where GPU is kind of important. So.
I'm really excited to do some testing with the settings here. I don't remember the last time I've been playing with WoW at full. Also, I'm looking into changing my monitors, so I'm actually on the look right now for new monitors because I've been. Okay, don't laugh at me, no one. I'm playing on 60 hertz monitor. I've never played on 100 on higher than 60 frame. Actually, I've never done that, so I'm gonna be cranking that quality up full, and I'm gonna get some. I don't remember. I think they were 170 hertz or something, so that's going to be kind of nice.
Yeah, 144 hertz is the sweet spot for a lot of people. Esports players or first-person esports players, they prefer to go for 240 or higher. For WoW, I think chat could probably do a better job with the hertz.
I mean,
WoW.
it's not 60 for sure.
No, but you can definitely push 144 or more in WoW.
Yeah, for sure. Because I bought my monitors this PC that I got that I built was about a year ago that I built it, and then the other one that I had previously before that was like maybe 7 or 9 years ago, and then that's when I bought the monitor. And when I bought the monitor back then, in like 7 to like 8 to 9 years ago, it was hard and like it was pricey to get because I really wanted to get a 27-inch. I wanted to have 1440p resolution because I love having that resolution because I was working in web stuff. So like, it's fun to have a lot of space, right? So, but then you had to sacrifice, right? Because getting that high resolution and that high frame rate was so pricey back then.
And now it's like kind of like almost everyone has it now. It's kind of
and I feel dumb because like I put all my monitors are on the wall, like super nice cable managed. I even drilled the hole in my wall to pass all the cables. And I did like a super clean installation and all of that, and I'm still using like very old monitors, so I gotta switch that now.
No,
I'm gonna try to time it with the monitor and the new PC, so it's gonna be nice.
Yeah, I was helping some friends hunt down some monitors because they too play on 60 hertz, and I'm explaining to them because they want to get a 3080. I'm like, guys, getting a 3080 if you can get your hands on it, number one, but you need to upgrade your monitor because your monitor's essentially the bottleneck in the entire system now. That you can push your games further, you can up the resolution, you can up the refresh rate on your monitor, you can add G-Sync, if possible.
Yeah.
And thankfully, NVIDIA opened up that G-Sync capability, so monitors that support AMD's FreeSync are likely to support G-Sync. So, G-Sync is a nice feature. There's no more tearing. I know when we did the stream last week, people were complaining how there was tearing. Really bad tearing. I think it was in Call of Duty, and I was like, "Oof, yeah, that's pretty bad." So,
how taxing is it when you add monitors? Like, let's say you have one 1440p monitors, but then if you add 2 more monitors to that GPU, how taxing is it?
I don't think it's that taxing because the build that you're getting is going to handle it no problem. So
yeah, because I'm like sometimes I'm trying to wonder like what's taxing micro. I mean, obviously the streaming part of it, but even when switching to CPU, it's kind of crazy.
You're fine.
Awesome.
Someone put one of the Among Us or the emote says sus with the Among Us character. It says 60 hertz sus.
Oh god, that emotes, man. Oh. That emote has a story behind it.
Oh, it's yours. Okay, it's your emote too. Okay.
Yeah. So every Tuesday we play Among Us and we drink gin, so we call it Among Gin. And you know, sometimes the game lasts longer. You know how Among Us you keep saying one more game. Well, it's one more gin. So, and I ended up doing that emote on stream, a little bit tipsy, but it ended up okay. And then we uploaded it live on stream, and now everybody loves it. So it's kind of funny.
Well, it's great.
It's my most popular emote, and I did it in like 5 minutes.
That's amazing. That's great. I like that game. I like the success story behind that game too. I think it's one of the
crazy.
feel-good
That game
stories
has
of
been
the
out
year.
for like a year or two or something.
It came out in 2018.
And then I think Soda Bob and played it, and then like everybody went like, "Oh god, let's play that."
Yep.
But that's what it is. I don't think like you. Sometimes you don't. It's actually cool. Like I think it's the first time that I see a game that I'm interested in the social aspect of it and not the actual play style of it. I mean, obviously World of Warcraft is another big one for me. Like, because the gameplay is just you farm loot. Like there's like it's just but like there was a huge social impact behind it. But this one, it's crazy. It's like human psychology. Like you don't even play the game anymore. You're just chatting with people in Discord, and it's crazy.
Psychology. And I'm here thinking of people just like lying and doing dumb things.
It's insane. You start doubting everyone afterward. You're like, I'm never trusting you ever again.
Oh yeah, no, that's for sure. Although I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of miss the tabletop, actually playing games physically, like tabletop stuff like Secret Hitler or Resistance or Mafia or Werewolf. It is nice that Among Us and other games are kind of fulfilling that void.
Yeah.
Tabletop simulator, it's not the same. One of my favorite things to do in Secret Hitler is like if you are one of the fascist characters and you stare at someone who knows that you're not it and you just lie and everyone believes you. It's pretty bad. I've done that before where you just like stare at the person dead in the eyes and like they're the fascist but you're the bad guy. It's like, oh man. So
yeah, I guess being able to see people and being on Discord is
I mean, it's people in chat saying confirm fascist.
Yeah, we're gonna be able to play Among Us in 8K. Yeah.
I think it supports 4K. Because I play Among Us in 4K, but anything you can run that on anything. You can play it on your phone. So.
Such a Zell snap answer. I'm getting used to it.
I mean, 8K gaming is a possibility now, though. With the 3090 now out in the wild, some games you could actually do it. But the thing is, you need an 8K display. I don't know many people that own 8K displays. So you can't even capture 8K footage. To properly capture 8K footage, you have to film it with a camera. Because that's what if I'm correct, NVIDIA did, and then what Linus did for his video for the 8K stuff for the 3090. So 8K gaming, don't even go there.
I mean, I feel like we're not even fully there for like 4K gaming. I mean, it must be hard. Like
we're close. If we're close, if not
Yeah.
actually there yet with a 3080. Because I will say that looking at the benchmarks and looking at the performance, 4K gaming is attainable now than it was a couple years ago. So,
yeah.
definitely gonna put that capture card to good use though.
Yeah. I mean, I've always been a little bit behind on that. I've never been. I don't know. I'm pretty tech savvy, but like when it comes to like resolution like that, like I don't know. It's not necessarily something that I'm craving. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not some. Oh my god, at 4K. You know, I'm not even thinking about it. But I mean, the resolution. Like I mean, for me it looks fine, and then everybody's like, "Oh my god, what are you doing? 60 hertz?" Like everybody, it's like I don't know. So I'm excited to try this out with new monitors, so that's gonna be great. But yeah.
Yeah, the 60 hertz thing. I know the same thing happened to me when I told people I'd never played at 104 hertz on a stream a couple years ago, and they're like, "What? Like you got to fix that right now."
Yeah, I can't say that on the stream, otherwise I upset everyone.
Yeah. But at home, I play it on a 4K TV 60 hertz refresh rate. Although that said, I have seen that LG has like an actual TV that supports G-Sync and 120 hertz. Granted, that TV is like
Whoa.
$1,500, but it's a lot cheaper than the BFG TVs that Nvidia introduced a couple years ago.
I mean, that's not that bad considering
not.
the
It's
monitor
really
I'm looking
good.
at right now is like $800. I mean, Canadian, so that's like $5 US.
Yeah. So I'm excited because like I feel like monitors are slowly improving in that regard. But yeah, LG on the TV front because I'm playing on TV, but I'm hoping to swap to actual monitor displays. So I'm thinking between Asus, LG, or Samsung. For
I was
their
looking at
monitors.
the Asus ROG Strix, the XG279Q. That's the one I was looking at. It's G-Sync. It's 1440p. It's 170 hertz. It looks really, really good, and I've received good feedback on it. So I was looking at that.
What was the model number again?
XG279Q.
There it is.
I want to get like 3 of these and just pop them in and just there we go. But okay, so here's my problem. I have this OCD problem where if my 3 monitors are not exactly the same, it will trigger the heck out of me. But I'm well aware that buying an 800 monitor with 170 refresh rate to put Discord on is dumb as hell. Like,
Yeah.
so I was trying to find a company that did monitors that had the same frame, but like you could get kind of an upgraded version that has like better refresh rate, and then buy like the same model that looks exactly the same but with lower refresh rate. So I could have done something like that, but I haven't been able to find that. So.
No, I mean, people are wrong. That's a little extra because you're not going to benefit from a high refresh rate on those monitors.
It's not, but I swear to God, if I look at 3 different monitor, it's not gonna go well.
Oh, you'd hate the setup here at Origin PC because we got a BenQ, another BenQ that's exactly the same, and then an Asus.
I can't do it. It has to be like perfectly centered and it has to be symmetrical.
People are saying CRT. Get CRT. Oh man.
I mean, okay, so
my
the
back
other
hurts
thing I
just thinking about
could
it.
do would be to get, so one of the layout I wanted to do was like 2 monitor in the middle. So like my main gaming monitor would be in the middle. Then I would get another one at the top, like
up and
exactly
down.
the same. That would be for the streaming PC, the top. The bottom one would be for gaming. And then the 2 side monitor, I would put them vertically. And then those 2, I could get 2 cheap monitor. Because they're going to be vertical anyway, so they're not even going to be looking like the same as the other 2, right? Because they're not going to be the same orientation. So they're going to be for chat and Discord. So that could work, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's a better. It's symmetrical. It doesn't trigger OCD and.
I have very easy to trigger OCD.
Yeah, if you saw this setup here, you'd be like, no.
I mean, it's the kind of thing where like it doesn't bother me much when it's like not my own stuff, you know. Like I've worked at places where like they put me to 2 monitors and then 1 monitor's on a, I don't know, like a cookie box just to lift it up like 2-inch. Like it's fine, you know. But it's my setup, you know. I'm proud of it. I'm happy about, you know. So it's different a little bit.
No, you gotta take care. We gotta be happy with. It's like a car. You gotta be happy with what you're driving, or be happy with your setup.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's it. Like, you know, like a lot of guys are super into car and all that. I've channeled all that car love into PCs and electronics.
Mm-hmm.
I have 0 love for cars.
I'm okay with cars.
It's like, what do you drive? I don't know, this old Chevy stuff. But have you seen my PC though? The fans, dude. Oh my God.
Have you seen my PC though? PJ's laughing because PJ does like car stuff too, but he's also obviously into PC building and all that stuff. I'm pretty sure he has a little 2 cents. I don't know if he wants to chime in
What?
on your car. Don't
Don't have anything done on my car.
you did a couple little things there. You added infotainment and a bunch of other stuff.
It's got a big old 10-inch Android.
Yeah, see,
tablet.
I told you.
It's my radio. It's my radio screen. So I did that, and I just lowered it. That's it. And it's pretty. It's real pretty.
See, there you go. I think I was reading Masters of Doom Do you know what that book is about?
Yo, you talking to me?
No,
Nope.
Luxthos.
Oh, of course.
So Masters of Doom is basically like almost a retelling or close to a first-person almost esque retelling of the history of id Software, creators of Doom. And in the book, they focus primarily on John Carmack and John Romero. For those of you in chat who don't know, obviously, OG id Software employees, but those two were especially important to the company.
Oh, I watched that documentary on Netflix. I saw those guys.
Yeah,
Sorry
yeah.
for interrupting. Okay, yeah.
The documentary does a good job of like summing up some of the stuff, but the book gets really into it. So John Carmack's the tech guy. He's like a super like into the programming side of things. And Romero's more of the creative guy, so he's really creative into like the design aspect of the games. In the book, and I was actually talking about how Carmack, who's super into programming, like ended up becoming a super car buff. So he bought a Ferrari with the Doom money, and then he took it to a mechanic, and the mechanic's like, "Oh, I can make this go faster for you." And there's like an entire section in the book that talks about how Carmack like tweaked out his car to make it go like 140 miles an hour and then upwards to like 200. Ferrari did not recommend to do that, by the way. Like he was like, I want to make it faster, because he's such like a tech buff that you want to optimize your code, that he wanted to optimize his car. So that's kind of funny.
I
So,
never thought about it that way.
it's kind of fun. It's like, oh, like that's how much of an engineer he is the fact that he wants everything optimized. Like, I want to optimize my work, optimize the game, optimize my car, optimize my life.
That's kind of funny.
That's the way Carmack is. I'm not sure if you ever seen him speak, but he's very in that like technical mindset. He's thinking like 10 steps ahead of everyone.
I don't think he was in the documentary. I think it was
Romero.
His
Romero,
friend,
yeah.
right? Romero. Yeah.
Yeah. Romero's like very laid back, but he's super creative. Like he's got a lot of energy behind him.
Yeah, he definitely has a presence. It's kind of.
So I know there's a show. They're working on a show based on the book, so I'm interested to see how they make the show work. I wonder who the cast would be, because like it's people, when people see the show, I hope they get a good John Carmack and a good John Romero, so you can see the clash of ideologies, or when they two work together, and then you get that Doom, or you get like Doom coming out, which is like this game-changing game. But then you see like almost the downfall-esque of the two sides, and how kind of like they split off. So.
Did they really?
Yeah, a PJ asked if they did split off, and yeah. Interesting stuff. I was actually I read that on my trip recently, so that's pretty cool. Someone says, "What's the mess in the case?" Are you watching the same stream? It's getting cleaned up.
I don't see any mess.
I don't see a mess either.
I like that, Lewis. Thank you. Are you watching this thing? Thank you, man. Thank you.
Can you ask PJ? Has he ever been into Legos when he was a kid?
That's a good question, actually. Let me ask him. PJ,
Uh-huh.
have you ever been into Legos?
Hell yeah. Excuse me. Heck yeah. I
that's
was
what
a
I compare
huge
PC
Technic
building
fan.
to.
Good old Legos.
I could never get into the. I mean, not that I don't hate on them. You know, like the themed ones, like the Star Wars ones and stuff like that. Those are cool, but I always loved the Technic sets. Like one of the ones I remember, like the last set I had, it was actually you build an entire semi with a dually, and then you can actually break the whole thing, which is cool because I used to live in a 2-story house with my parents, and I built this entire thing. And on the second floor, you can actually look over the balcony, like into the first floor, like on the dining room and the kitchen. And after I finished this thing, I was like, what the hell do I do with it? So my brother goes downstairs, and he waits for me, and I just pushed it off the edge. And it exploded into a million pieces, and we picked them all up. And then if you flip to the back page of the Technic set, it teaches you how to build a dragster. So we built the dragster after that. So I miss all that stuff. Now they got Porsches, and they, like another one I just saw, they made the newest one is a Fiat 500.
Mm-hmm.
They have all sorts of crazy stuff. Have you seen the full one that they actually made a Bugatti out of Legos
Yeah.
from bottom to top?
Yeah, I saw
even the
that
motor.
one. Yeah.
And the car went like 15 miles an hour on Lego motor. On a Lego motor.
Have you seen that, Luxthos?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Bugatti Lego.
Yeah, that's insane. They've done so many stuff.
Good job, chat. You
It-
said Legos.
Legos.
It's kind of crazy. It's all tapping into that same stuff, right? At least for me, it is.
No, it's true. I think one of the most common sentiments of PC building is like, oh, it's just like a high-tech Lego or something like that.
Or like another people say Mr. Potato Head.
It is. It's a
Mr.
big
Potato Head.
adult Lego.
They
With
really
expensive
feel like Honda
components.
cars 'cause they're all the parts are interchangeable. That's why they call it that.
God, I even enjoy building IKEA stuff now.
Gonna like
Like-
this.
Because people don't look at me weird now. Like it's, when you buy yourself Legos at Christmas, it's like, dude, you're 30. Yeah, and I want my Star Wars ship.
See, for me in Legos, it's like I don't have any room for them because like there's a couple sets I do want to buy. Like the NES one's pretty cool. The Mustang's pretty cool.
Mustang?
Yeah, they have a
Technics?
Ford Mustang, the '70s one, not the the '70s,
Oh.
'60s '70s. And then they also have Aston Martin James Bond one. Yeah, I went to the Lego store this past week and I was like, oh my gosh, like I love all these sets, but there's no room for. And of course the giant Millennium Falcon. Like you can't even see my arms. That's how big it is.
I
That
was
thing is
so jealous when I
expensive,
saw
dude.
that Twitch gave a bunch of.
But it is very cool.
I think it was the death. Was it? Oh no, it was it was actually the Falcon that they gave to a bunch of streamer. Oh man, I
Really?
was so jealous. Like a lot of partner streamer, like a lot of big streamer, got they all got to Christmas last year. They got a giant Falcon.
Lucky, because
Oh, but
oh
I just want to point something else. People are laughing at the fact that I put an S to Lego. You guys are laughing at me because I forget my plurals on my English word all day, and now I add one, and you guys are laughing at me again. Jesus. English is not my first language. So all day they're like, why are you not pronouncing S's? It's like there's no S's in French. You don't say them. Now I add one, and everyone's fucking laughing.
yeah. Oh my gosh, here comes the chat. Here they come. Oh man. Yeah, it's just there's no room. There's no room. I feel like I need to get a shelf or move into a bigger space for that. So like I was talking to a friend, he got the Saturn rocket as a Christmas gift, and that's the giant one. Like from where I'm sitting, it's like this tall. So I'm sitting down right now. It's like about this tall. But he's like, there's no room for this. I'm like, I feel you, man. No room. I think chat. Where I lose chat. Oh, we're good. Okay, it's caught up. Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know about that one. I don't know if that's a troll question or not for you. Hot poutine, yes or no? I
always say yes.
Yeah, I'd say yes.
Yes. Yeah, of course. It's one. I think we talk about poutine on my stream every day. Because it's just a bunch. Like I try to describe it as much as I can to people, and people just are like, "Wow, that sounds good." Everybody wants some.
It is good.
I mean, I'm from Quebec, so like, we got the best.
Yeah, I had a homemade. My first poutine was a homemade poutine, a long time ago, and it was really, really good. And then I had the Disney one. Like they make poutine at Disney, at Epcot.
Really?
Yeah. And it's okay. It wasn't the same as the homemade one, but it was good enough to give me that comfort food feeling of like with the gravy, the fries, and the cheese.
It's
they
just-
had a
it's
duck
just the
meat too. They had duck meat
ultimate-
added too. Sorry.
It's yeah, that's good. You can add so much stuff to it. So that's what's cool about it.
So, and I think they have a limited time poutine. Like they have actual poutine area at Disney Springs, which is like their shopping district. I was meaning.
Man,
to
I
pick
never
up some
thought they
stuff
would
there.
have poutine. What the hell? That's
Yeah.
kind of cool. Because it's usually one of those meal that like it's very very simple, but it's so easy to mess up. If you don't have good cheese curd, like that's the problem with me. Like if the cheese melt, you don't have good quality. Like it has to stay squishy even in the hot sauce, and that's usually they mess that up. You come out and it's just this big mess of sauce and melted cheese, and you're like, what is this?
Oh yes, someone Mubat knocked him out, but yeah, if you look up the Daily Poutine, Disney
I
Springs
saw
site-
the link. Yeah.
Yeah, Mubat just nuked him because links for good reason.
Mubad doesn't like Disney confirmed.
Mike on Facebook asks, "Is Origin a Canadian company?" No, We are based in Miami, Florida. I want that Origin CPU cover, please.
I know
That's a
Florida
cool
has a
one.
lot of Florida has a lot of poutine location because there's a lot of people from Quebec down there. There's a lot of tourists from Quebec that go to Florida, so I'm assuming there's from what I've heard, there's a lot of little like poutine place and stuff like that.
Curious if there's any here in Miami. Let me take a look. Oh, there's a couple like in like downtown.
We're gonna take over the world soon with poutine.
Monsieur Poutine. Where's that at?
I cannot believe we've segued away the like 10-minute of the stream into poutine.
Oh, that's on 8th Street? Oh, it is on 8th Street. How funny. It's close to downtown. That's like in the middle of like all the Cuban restaurants. How crazy is that? Good for them. Yeah, it's like a poutine food truck or restaurant on 8th Street. 8th Street's like the very Cuban heavy area. That's kind of funny.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, no kidding. There you go.
All right, my life goal is complete. I've talked about poutine on an Origin PC stream.
I'm happy about that. Now I want some. Might grab some this weekend.
Talking about poutine, it's 6 p.m. now. Gotta go. I think I'm gonna have to go get some food after
right.
stream today. So.
We're almost done. Actually, let's see PJ if he's got a good estimation on time.
Yeah.
PJ, any estimation on time? Mike muted?
15, 20 minutes,
He says 20 minutes.
give or take.
Wow. That was fast.
No, yeah, it's pretty fast because it's, again, the full and complete PC build. I think he's just cleaning up the wires right now.
Yeah.
Because the fans are mounted, CPU is mounted, power supply's already good to go, motherboard's already good to go. It's cleaning up the wires.
At that point in time, I think I was still trying to unbox my case from the box.
Yeah, shifting through all the cables and add-ons they give you in the case
Oh
box.
man, I was flipping through manuals. Okay, so where does this go? Because I build a PC by myself every 3 years, and then like, you forget stuff.
Yeah. I got a question from Mesa and Twitch chat. Hey Mesa, how's it going? Where can I get replace the top cover filter for material in case I need it? Contact support, and if you let them know which system, they should help you on that. It's pretty easy. I know we have some in the back. You just contact them. They can ship you one out or tell you how much it would cost. But yeah, just
That's a
contact
good
support
question.
team.
Is there a dust filter in this case?
Yes. So on top where the fans go, we have a top bracket. It's a magnetic, so you can actually remove it, and there's a dust filter that goes there. The cap, like that. Remember, the
Nice.
top one is the intake, so the air goes through.
From our grill, our top.
Yeah. See, PJ actually might just put it on camera. There you go. There it is.
So go ahead and keep explaining how you were explaining it.
So the filter is actually removable.
Oh, nice. It looks cool too.
It's got Velcro strips.
Yeah.
Oh, and nice. So it's complete. Okay, so you can just take that all out, wash it, and then put it back. Nice.
Yep. Let's see here. Leo on YouTube asked, have you ever gone to Magic Kingdom? Yes, I haven't gone recently though. I think my favorite of the Disney parks is probably Epcot though, because of the World Showcase. I like the World Showcase.
I was like going around the world and
Yeah.
trying different fine beverages.
Oh, the beverages and the food. I like the variety of food in Epcot.
Favorite's Germany.
Oh, I went to a Bavarian beer house this past weekend.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
How was that?
Peach is asking me, how's that? It's pretty good. A lot of German food. It's Oktoberfest, so a lot of specials they had. 3080 isn't real.
It's not.
It is a lie.
I was just peeling the plastic.
I think it's gonna be my first time with an EVGA too.
They make solid components. I know we feature them on builds here. I think the cards that we use... Actually, PJ, if you want to turn your mic to verify which cards we use right now.
4.
The graphics. I think we use EVGA,
We use EVGA.
MSI.
We use MSI. We use
Asus?
Asus. NVIDIA obviously found FE versions. I'm not sure if we carry PNY or Gigabyte.
Yeah, I think it varies, but the top 4 I know for sure we carry. But yeah, one thing to remember too is that we do test the components before we add them to our stack per se. So we make sure that if the card lives up to our expectations and we're happy with it, then we add it. So you won't just get a random card that we're not a fan of. Like we make sure that the card you get is Origin approved, as if they say it.
So what are the steps after building like a full PC like this? Like the install part, like the benchmarking, like the stress testing, I'm assuming?
Yeah, pretty much all that. Our integration team goes into that process. They test it. They have it running a good long while to make sure it's good to go. And if anything does pop up, then we go back a step and double check the components and make sure everything's good. And then test it again. And if it meets our standards, then it's good to go. But it's an extensive time period. So it's not just like you order your PC and you immediately get it. There's a process to it. We build it the right way, then we test it the right way, and then we ship it to you.
That's cool.
So.
Is this what y'all came here to see?
Oh, look at that.
Is that what it is? You didn't come here for any other reason, just this.
It's the 3080. It's real. It's a thing. I'm not gonna lie, I did play with the 3080 last week. It's a really, really cool card for games. I haven't seen it perform in WoW though, so you'll be I know one of the people checking out the 3080.
I'm gonna be the first few lucky ones.
So, because I know it.
I have one of the top GPU, and I'm playing a 15-year-old game.
It's still like WoW can really push cards though if you do
for
the right
sure.
settings. So.
Especially the one of the latest raid. Gone. I mean, WoW has some like the optimization could be improved, let's say, but yeah, like the more you put in, I think the next expansion is looking pretty good.
And that got pushed to December?
We don't even know. We don't even know yet. Yeah. So we got the pre-patch yesterday. So we have kind of the pre-patch running in right now with the new changes. So I build weak cores for the WoW community pretty much. I've been building like little like UI elements to help people play their class. So that's what I mainly do. And with the pre-patch, I had to. I get a lot of tickets. I'm doing a lot of IT customer support right now.
Just helping people out in that.
Yeah, I built yesterday. My whole stream was just me transforming my Discord into a ticket system. So I installed like a plugin on Discord, a bot that allows me to create ticket, and then there's like open and close ticket. You can file a new ticket, report a bug, and all that stuff. It's super cool.
Yeah. Oh, I got a question here. Night of Stars, are you guys capable of doing swaps of the newer EVGA 38s without the red lines lips? I know we've heard stuff on that. I know EVGA is going to be supplying the covers on that, but that I can't answer that 100% yet, because that's on EVGA's side. But if you do order a system and you do get that, contact our support team and let them know that you're interested in the cover. So, and we're in communication with EVGA, so we know. Backplate. So the XC3 does not have a backplate, from my understanding, because EVGA has a lineup of different cards. There's nothing wrong with not having a backplate. I know some people do like them, but it performs. Anything else? So we're pretty much on the end game here, actually. And this one uses 2 PCIe.
Yeah, this one's only 2 8-pins. I'm not a big fan of the MSI. The MSI's got 3 8-pins. Thing's enormous, dude. This one, EVGA version, by far, I think is my favorite as far as like compact. Because it's the 3080 and the 3090 are very, very close. Similar. You know, I mean, if you looked at them real quick, you couldn't tell the difference. But the MSI is just the thing's it's a monster, dude.
The Ventus or the gaming trio?
The Ventus. The gaming trio is just as big too. Like, doesn't matter which MSI version. They're all enormous GPUs. The one that looks the best, obviously, the FE. The FE hands down looks the prettiest of all of them.
Yeah, that's one I want to pick up if I can get it.
As do I. I'm going for the 3070, so I'm just waiting for those to come out.
Slayer Mac asks, is it possible to get a 128 gigabyte RAM with Ryzen 9 build? Couldn't find a builder. So on the gaming side, I don't think we offer that much RAM, but on the professional side, we likely do. So what you want to do if you really want to go with the higher RAM kit is go to workstation desktops and then go to either of the classes and then add that. It should be available there. If not, contact the sales team and they can work something out. Total cost of the rig. This rig is estimated close to $4,044. Again, built exactly like this one on OriginPC.com. If you built it yourself, it would likely be cheaper. I can't tell you how much though, but on OriginPC.com, that's how much it would cost. So if you got it exactly the same from Origin PC. Can you explain the air intake and cooling of this graphics card? So this card has two fans that spin in one direction and then one fan that spins in the backward direction. So the heat stays there. It's not, the FE is the only card right now that has a unique cooling solution where one fan goes up and one fan goes out. That's the best explanation to do that. But there's Gamers Nexus has a bunch of cool videos explaining the cooling of other cards as well. Yeah, Odyssey brings up a good point. PJ, are you daisy chaining the power supply cables?
Am I daisy chaining the power supply cables?
Or are they two separate PCIe cables?
Wait a second.
You know what I'm talking about,
Am I
right?
daisy chaining the power supply cables to the GPU?
Yeah.
No, it's one single cable.
No, but like, because you know how sometimes it includes like an extra extension part of it?
Yeah, I don't ever use the extensions. It's just plugging.
Yeah, so it's two cables, right?
You're talking about the PCIe cable to the GPU?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a dual 8 pin. That's one cable. It's one cable with two 8 pins connected to it. You're still confused?
No, because... No, like two of these, basically.
I don't need to.
You can do two, though.
I could, but what's the point?
No, I mean, people are saying not to do it like this. Or like that.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. I like doing it like two separate cables.
I don't like doing two separate cables. You do it the way you want to do it, and I'll do it the way I want to do it.
All right, chat. Who's on whose side? Two cables or one cable? Let's see.
How about this? At the end of the day, I'm going to do what I want.
Uh-oh. Chat's on my side.
All right, Lewis, how about you come over here and finish the computer then? Come over here and finish it. Because everybody knows more than, better than me, right? But when I tell them to come over here and do it, they're quick to shut their mouths.
Chat. Thank you, chat.
I'm just happy I don't have to do it.
Don't worry, PJ.
No, I'm not worried at all.
I'm a two cable kind of person. Sorry.
Cool. Build your system with two cables.
Chat's reaction is great. That's why I'm dying over here. So, not joking. You can still do it with the one cable with the two things there. Personally, and I know NVIDIA and both EVGA do say this, is to use the two separate cables for power consumption. But if issues do crop up, the solution is basically to add the other cable. So,
which we've been doing since they launched, and we haven't had one problem with any of them.
preference. The real question is, does it work without blowing up? Yes? Well then. This cable discussion is getting political now until it isn't. Oh, man.
All right. I think I'm going to have to step away from now.
All right, you're going to jump out of the stream? Or...
yeah, I mean, is that okay? Are you guys,
no, good? I mean, we're about to jump off, so if you're jumping out now, it's totally fine. Gives me time to answer questions for chat.
Yeah, for sure, because I'm really hungry right now.
Oh, yeah, no. Don't let us hold you back. Go get some food. We're just glad you were able to join us for the good 2 hours or so.
It was fun, though. I was super happy to watch it be built, too. I learned a lot of stuff as well, so...
Well, I'm glad you were able to join us, and for your community, I'm glad you guys were able to join us as well. I'm looking forward to your unboxing video and getting your hands on it and playing some WoW.
It's gonna be great. Thank you so much for having me. That was awesome.
Yeah, no problem. All right, Luxthos, I hope you enjoy your dinner and your time off, and look forward to getting the PC your way.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. Have a wonderful time, everyone. Bye-bye.
Boy. And that's it. So, again, thank you very much for Luxthos joining us and chat. You guys are welcome to stay. We're almost done. This is also your time to send me all your burning questions. Let's see. What do we got here?
Proximo.
Why can't we fix a fan under the graphics card on the left side?
Why can't we fix
Under
a
the
fan
graphics
under
card.
the graphics card on the left side?
There's no bracket there. So that entire bottom area, that's for PCIe slots for hardware, where there's a capture card, sound card, Wi-Fi card, if you don't need a Wi-Fi card. That's for that. There's no reason to put a fan down there. Not that I've never seen builds with a fan underneath the graphics card like that.
Me too.
Next up, is there going to be a support bracket for the 3080 for the weight?
Depends on the GPU you purchase. MSI has one that comes with the system itself.
Yep.
But EVGA doesn't. Like I mentioned, the EVGA cards between the 3080 and 3090, there's a minimal difference between visually looking at them. Obviously, the 3090 is going to be a hair bit longer than it, but it's still between all of the third-party companies that are making 3080s. This is by far the best looking one. The EVGA style versions. They're not heavy. I would say they're more or less around the same. They weigh around the same thing as like a 2080 Ti. Especially because it has all that housing around it, and this doesn't. So, but this one you don't necessarily need a bracket. It's holding up really well.
Yeah.
The MSI definitely comes with a support bracket that you have to mount between the bolt here, and then it comes across like this as a beam, and it rests right along this thing.
Yeah.
It also has 3 8-pin connectors that you have to plug into it. And it's only because of the hardware that they've added to the top of the GPU.
Will you start up? Yeah, we'll be starting up the system in a little bit once it's good to go. What else we got here? Do you guys do repairs for custom PC builds? Also, yes, we do. So that comes with, of course, your support and service guarantee. So it's included. We only ask that if you have the shipping warranty, that's covered, the shipping cost is covered. But if you don't have the shipping cost covered, we just ask for the shipping cost. That's it. But then all like services and repairs, that's all free. And the system's on. Got that RGB lighting. I forgot how much lights those QL fans offer.
Yeah, the only thing that sticks is unfortunately IQ doesn't turn everything on all at once. Sometimes you have to get it up and running.
Yeah.
In order to get everything linked up.
Do you guys have the RGB power supplies for Corsair for your systems? I don't think we offer those on the site yet.
Do you guys
I know
have
what you're
the
talking
RGB
about.
power supply?
Yeah, because there's
by
some power
Corsair for
supplies
your
that can
system?
actually connect to that, but I don't. Let me check here.
I think we do.
I think we do. We
carry
do.
almost
We
every
do.
line, don't
Yeah,
we?
we do. We have one. The AX 1600. That one's an RGB one, I think. Pretty sure. Yeah, we do. Just have to check that the actual power supply and cross-reference it. Are there pictures of your water cooling customization options? The pictures of the customization are kind of hard to see.
I can probably find
Our
one.
Instagram page has a couple. There should be some on our Instagram page.
Maybe
That's actually one of the projects we have to work on, is updating that
So
and
maybe I have something
showcasing
I
that
can
Hydra
send.
X. PJ's gonna send something.
Maybe I have something I can send.
Maybe if he has something, so I can put it up on stream for you guys. I've seen several builds with the fan under the graphics card has a replacement for cases that have not cool side mounted. Really? I've never seen that before. Must be nice to have a 3080. I agree. I don't have one at home. I'm telling you guys. So it's not easy. I can't just call someone up like, give me the 3080. Can't do that. I'm in the rat race just like you guys are. What will be the shipping charges to India? It depends, and honestly, I don't know off the top of my head. The best estimation would be to contact our sales team to see if they can estimate the cost for you. I wish I could find a 3080 to buy. Me too. I'm just happy I have a PC at all. Hey, you have a PC, a game PC, you're good to go. I think PJ's looking for a picture. Let me remove Luxthos from there. Actually, I'm gonna pull up some stuff here for you guys since we're pretty much done. Just give me a second. Talk about some giveaways and links and stuff.
There's one with the cryo core that I built.
So we have a couple giveaways underway right now. Just pulling them all up. OriginPC.com. Actually, now we go to Sidekick. PJ just sent an image. That one's pretty cool. Let me download it. Download that one too. I'm just getting some stuff ready for you guys. What is an optimal amount of RAM for just for gaming? 16 is what you want to go for. If you really want to feature proof, go for 32. But you're fine with 16. Honestly, you can post a link, but Moobot will snipe it. I can click on it and see what he's talking about there. I'm just downloading some photos and getting some stuff ready for you guys. So I'll be able to see the link, Odyssey, but everyone else won't. Hopefully Moobot doesn't ban you. I don't think it should. Got that one, this one. Okay, I know. Oh, sorry, Odyssey. I saw you got timed out. Sorry, but I wish I could untime you out. I can't. I don't see your name on there. Sorry. Moobot just got really angry. Look, PJ. I think it says right there. So that AVGA does recommend it. So. Oh. I think PJ just muted or his mic died. Did we silence PJ? PJ, you there? Yeah. Okay. He just muted his mic. If I were to get one of your systems built and wanted to make small upgrades one to your download and got, I had to send it for repairs. You guys will look into the issue right? Void the warranty. No, so you don't void your warranty if you do something with your system, like repair-wise. You can always, if you do have any questions about upgrades or anything like that, you can contact the support team and they'll walk you through it, especially since our systems are a little different, per se. You wouldn't void the warranty, from my understanding. But I think the terms and conditions says all that stuff. So... 3080, 750 watt power supply, enough where 850 will be necessary. It depends on your GPU. NVIDIA recommends 750 watt, but from what it looks like, some GPUs might ask for a little bit more power. So that may vary. I'm looking at a new PC. What should bring me from getting one from Origin? If you want full support, professional build, not just mass manufactured per se, like just the same thing over and over. Like it's a true custom build just for you. That's always my argument to people saying, like, if you don't want to build yourself, you don't want to put in the time to do that, but you still want like a true custom professional system, we're the best, if not one of the best. But again, I'm tooting my own horn and I am biased. Sorry, that's what you're gonna get. You can check out some of the reviews out on the internet if you don't want to take my word for it. Are all thermal pads created equal? My GPU fans ramp up full speed when I replace paste pads. No. It depends on what they use. Depends on who's putting in what in that. And trust me, I love PC building. I know some of you out there love PC building as well. There's pros and cons. I know we have a couple people on our chat and our streams always jump on and they like the experience. Like you just, you don't have to worry about the build itself. You get it. You get one of like an awesome custom build good to go. And if you have the money for it and, obviously you work hard for it and you want to get that high premium experience, we're one of the good options for that. So I thank you guys for commenting and mentioning that too. I appreciate that. All right, I got some pictures to show you guys, courtesy of PJ. Let me pull them up here really quick. Some liquid cooling showcase. Among stuff. So there's SLVS was freaking out a little bit there. Let me check that. So if I go this way, there's another one there. Some liquid cooling setup. That's Hydra X, right, PJ? Yep. Yeah, it's Hydra X. That's our cryo core, so that's a motherboard mount. That's like a true custom that offers no cooling benefits. It's pure aesthetics. It's really cool though. It's cool to look at. And then the other side of that system. Pretty cool. And let's go down here and jump back. All right, a couple things before we go. I just want to show you guys some of our giveaways. Some of them are worldwide and some of them are not, so I will specify which ones are not and which ones are. Okay, just looking around. PC giveaway. Okay, where is that one? There it is. Okay. Alright, so this first one is US only, but I will link it to you in chat for those of you in the United States. This is definitely something you will be interested in. Give me a second. He's just cleaning up over there. I'm going to turn off the camera too. We have a brand new giveaway underway. This is for an Origin PC Millennium powered by Perfect World Entertainment and Extra Games. If you guys don't know, Charge Light 3 is now available on Steam. We're celebrating the release of the game with this awesome custom Origin PC Millennium desktop. The giveaway ends on 11/15. I will be posting the link in all chats. I should be posting soon. Again, this one is US only, so if you're interested, go check it out. Next up, we have our Crysis Remastered Worldwide giveaway. So we partnered with our friends over at Crytek for an awesome PC package, including a bunch of Corsair accessories and an Origin PC Millennium with Crysis HD UV printing. This one is worldwide, as long as you can enter in your country allows you to enter giveaways. And I will be posting that link as well. And then finally, we do have a 3080 giveaway in collaboration with NVIDIA and the PC Master Race subreddit. This is only for the 3080, so I know a lot of you are interested in that one. You'll want to enter this one, and it ends on 10/29. Boop. Bam. Wait, which one's worldwide? So these two are worldwide. This one shouldn't be showing as worldwide. Let me double check the specs. Ouch. I have to update that. That's not it. That is wrong. I don't want to. Let me check. Enter details. Oh, no, I have to tweak it. Sorry, guys. Yeah, this one's North America or US only, I should say. Sorry. I need to be updated. I'll work on that after the stream. As for the rest of the Origin PC stuff, our October special offers are underway. They end at the end of the month. So if you order a Origin PC laptop with a 2070 or 2080, you get your choice of either a free Corsair Void wireless headset, free HD UV printing on select prints, or 50% off a custom HD UV print. On top of that, you also get free US ground shipping and a bunch of digital games, including Fall Guys, Crisis Remastered, and Marvel's Avengers. If you get a desktop with the GeForce RTX 2080 Ti, you can get your choice of free HD UV printing or 50% off custom HD UV prints. You also get free professional CPU overclocking and free US ground shipping. However, you just want a good old desktop with 38 or anything else, you get free US ground shipping and a bunch of digital games, depending on which hardware you get. And that's pretty much it. There's a couple of the games that we're bundling. But exciting stuff on that front. And that's pretty much it. PJ, you got any final words for the chat? For the people?
The donation?
Yes. Let's get to that. Actually, let me jump to that. PJ, actually, if you want to intro this as I jump to the actual website. Your mic's on.
Is it? No, it's off. Oh, it's
On. All right, it's on.
I'm going to post a link to this, what PJ's about to talk about. So, by all means, chat.
So it can be hard for me to talk about, but I have a very good friend of mine that I've known for over 20 years. That he has a 6-year-old son that is suffering from a brain disease called diffuse encystic protein glaucoma. Glaucoma. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I hope I'm not butchering it, but the abbreviations are DIPG. It's located in the pons of the brain. It's like right in the center of his brain, but unfortunately, what it is, it's an inoperable and incurable terminal cancer brain. This is a 6-year-old kid that I can honestly tell you he's got to be the strongest and bravest kid that I've ever met, braver than any other man that I've ever met in my life. He's gone through multiple sessions of chemotherapy. They've done different trials and different tests to see if they can shrink the size of the tumor, and there have been tests that have actually worked. There has been that didn't. But they're still trying multiple tests to see what they can do in order to get to help him out. If I could do his name is Benjamin, also known as Benjamin, #Benjamin Strong. He's been fighting since February of 2019, an aggressive form of brain cancer, DIPG, located in the pons of the brain. It's an inoperable, incurable, and terminal cancer. In his fight, Benjamin has completed 42 rounds of radiation, 3 surgeries, and is now undergoing chemotherapy treatments. He's a hero of mine. Unfortunately, there isn't much advancement in the treatments of this type of cancer, but we don't lose hope to continue fighting with him. So if there's any donations or anything anybody can do in order to help out, anything is greatly appreciated. Lewis is actually going to post the link for the website. His name is Benjamin. I've been actually I don't even know if you can see the camera, but I'm rocking one of his shirts all the whole entire stream. But yeah, like I said, if anybody can help, through the month of October, thankfully, our boss and everybody here at Origin said that any donations or anything we're able to get through our Twitch stream will automatically be donated to his foundation. So anything you guys can help out for the month of October is greatly appreciated. Not only for me, it would mean the world to me, but it would mean much more to the family. So if there's anything that you guys, like I said, if there's anything you guys can help, I greatly appreciate it.
Yep. So Twitch subs, Twitch donations, anything during the month of October. We actually are going to be doing more streams during the month of October for this. So just if you can't donate today.
If you can't, you can't. It's appreciated, but at least if you can get the word out and spread awareness of what this is. It's not a very common cancer, but it's just really sad and unfortunate. It's just something that can't be just, they can't just go in and take care of it. It's just something that they have to just pray and hope that medicine itself can actually just shrink it, reduce it. There's just no way you can go in there and have surgery on something like that.
Yeah, if you guys want to see more and learn more, you can go to benjaminstrong.org. And there's more info there.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, PJ. Thank you, Luxthos, and your community. You guys are awesome. You guys have been great during the stream. Very, very energetic, very friendly, so I appreciate that. I don't know what the next stream is, although I do know it's coming. But I will see you guys next time, and hopefully see you there. Bye.